What up? What up? What up? What's up, man? It's your boy Big Tight coming back through here one more again early in the morning. You know what I say? To snatch the covers off y'all ass early this morning. Hey, it's time to get it up, baby. It's time to get up, get down. Yes, sir. We're gonna jump right into it today, man. Hey, I'm gonna do a little bit on my division. As y'all know, I'm a Panthers fan, man. I'm a as far as go over the draft needs for each team in the NFC South after free agency, some moves that they need to make, some moves where I feel like teams might have made themselves better or who didn't make themselves better. We're gonna go through that, man. We're gonna talk about some of the best needs in the draft that they need to help their position, the weaknesses in their team. We'll probably do a little mock draft, stuff like that. Y'all know how we do it. What up with your OG Greeterman? What up with your Donna B, baby? What up with you, man? Let me see what you say. OG, you say we got to get you a new team. Yeah, it get a little stressful sometimes, OG Greeterman. It most definitely get a little stressful, baby. But you know how it goes. You got to be ride or die, baby. Whether they win, lose, or draw, you got to be ride or die, ride or die. That's why people be so happy when they team start winning, man. You look at all them years that they ain't been winning, then all of a sudden I think you're a Detroit fan as your OG Greeting. You most definitely understand because y'all had a lot of years of losing. So you know what I'm saying? When you finally start winning, you be happy, man, because you don't had all them years of losing. So that's all we doing right now as me as a Panther fan. We just going through a little rough time, through a little rough patch, a little rough time right now. But I do think Dan Morgan making the right decisions to try to lead the team in the right direction, man. I trust in what he trying to do, man. I give him A for effort. He trying. But my thing is, we'll see what he do in this draft. What up with your D1 LSU Tigers? What up with you, man? You say Big Tight, I'm about to hit 100 subs. Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, brother. Congratulations to you, man. Congratulations to you, brother. Yes, sir. LSU, hey, you got a good team you're rooting for. I'm a Georgia fan, D1 LSU. Oh, Scary Terry. Okay, all right. Appreciate you coming back, Scary Terry. Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming back, brother. You said you about to hit 100 subs. That's what's up, man. Hey, keep up the hard work, brother. Hey, all I can tell you, man, is just stay consistent, man. Stay consistent. Just stay consistent. And eventually, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna keep, it's gonna keep moving forward. I'm still trying to, build my channel, but my main thing I try to tell anybody, man, because I ain't finna tell you I got the keys to the car to tell you what to do and all this stuff. All I can tell you is my main thing is try to be consistent, man, and try to be consistent, man. That's my main thing. About try to be consistent and do stuff that you love, what you want to talk about, and just make sure you do your homework on whatever you discussing. But beside that, hey, it's on and popping, man. Let me see what you say, OG Greeting. You say you're a Georgia fan and a Michigan fan. Okay, that's what's up, man. That is what's up. That is what's up. So we're gonna jump right into it, man. So far, there's the records from these teams in the NFC South last year, man. Of course, Tampa won the division at 10-7. Falcons was in second place at 8-9. The Panthers was in third place at 5-12, and the Saints was in the last place. They also went 5-12. Now, one thing about the Saints, man, they most definitely got salary cap problems. Big salary cap problems, y'all. So, man, they most definitely got to anything they do, they got to try to hit in the draft. What up with you, Greg Barley? Appreciate you, man. You say go Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, I hear you, brother. Hey, as far as with the Kansas City Chiefs, man, y'all just got to tighten up that offensive line, and I think y'all need to get a little younger, athletic at wide receiver. I see y'all signed back Juju Smith, but I feel like Juju Smith, he kind of done lost the step. He ain't been the same since he left Pittsburgh. But I'm pretty sure with Andy Reid, man, they gonna fix them flaws. Cause that defense ain't going nowhere. That defense is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. Yes, sir, Greg Ball. I appreciate you coming through, brother. Appreciate you coming through. And hey, and I'm gonna throw this at y'all right quick before I get into what I'm talking about. Hey, I know some of y'all bracket already messed up on that college basketball tournament. I know some of y'all brackets already messed up because Clemson lost. I know some of y'all got messed up on that Clemson loss because I most definitely thought Clemson was gonna win that game. I sure did. Yes, sir. I know my bracket already. I got about 2 teams that messed me up already on the bracket. But yeah, man. Now as far as with these teams, man, let's get to it. Now, first of all, with the Falcons, as far as some of what a big need that they need. Let me see. You say you had Clemson going to the Final Four. Oh man, I know your bracket all messed up. Hey, you might as well. Scared Terry, you might as well ball that up. And you know how like back in the day when your teacher walk out the class, you had that old paper balled up, try to shoot it in the trash can. When your teacher walk out the class, you'd be like, "I'll be right back. Y'all be quiet now. Y'all be right back." You had that ball up that piece of paper, you and your buddy trying to shoot that ball in the trash can. Yeah, you might as well ball up that bracket and go on and throw it in that there trash can. Throw it in that there trash can. Yes, sir, man. But yeah, man, as far as the Falcons, and one thing I noticed about pretty much all the teams in the NFC, man, everybody pretty much got the same problem from what I'm looking at, man. Carolina got a problem. They need a boost at the edge rusher position. The Falcons, they the same way. They need a boost at the edge rush position. Tampa, they were slacking at the edge rush position, but they signed Hassan Reddick, which that should help them out. The Saints, they having problems at the interior defensive line position. So pretty much all the teams in the NFC South got similar problems, and that's up front in the defensive line, man. So as far as with the Falcons had the NFL lowest grade group as far as with the edge rushers in 2024. And they didn't really do much to address the problem. Now they signed Leonard Floyd, but Leonard Floyd, like I said, Leonard Floyd, he pretty much a suspect signing, y'all. As far as his PFF grade for Leonard Floyd, he only got a grade of a 60 overall grade in the past 2 seasons. So the Falcons most definitely got to attack that position in the draft, y'all, because Leonard Floyd, he ain't really doing it, man. And also, y'all, one quick thing: the Falcons, they haven't drafted a defensive lineman in the first round in 8 years. So we'll see. They most definitely got to attack the defensive side of the ball. They lost Grady Jarrett. That's another hole. That's another hole that's gonna be on their defense, man. They most definitely got to figure out what they're gonna do with Kirk Cousins. He taking up a lot of money, and like I told y'all before, if they're gonna trade Kirk Cousins, the best thing for them to do to try to save them a little bit of money is to try to trade him after June 1st. If they trade him after June 1st, that's gonna save them a little bit of money. Let me see what you say, Greg Barley. You say I'm a big Derek Thomas fan. Man, I remember Derek Thomas, man. I seen Derek Thomas play a lot of games, man. Derek Thomas was a beast. He was a beast. Yeah, I hate it, came to an end like that for him. But yeah, Derek Thomas was a beast, man. Most definite. Yeah, but give me 1 second, y'all. Like I said, let me I got something wrote down on this Kirk Cousins contract, man, and give y'all the reason why I say Kirk Cousins. Give me 1 second. The Kirk Cousins, if you let him go after okay, here you go right here. Now, if they trade Kirk Cousins before June the 1st, that's gonna give them a $37.5 million dead cap hit, which that's not what they want, y'all. And it'll only save them $2.5 million toward their salary cap in 2025. Now, if the Falcons trade Kirk Cousins after June the 1st, that's gonna save them about $10 million more dollars. That'll save them about $12.5 million, and the dead cap money will be $27.5 million. So the best thing for the Falcons to do to try to save a little money, about $10 million, a little chump change to put in their pocket, the best thing for them to do if they're gonna trade Kirk Cousins, wait till after June the 1st. Because if they do it now, that dead cap hit, that 37.5 million, hey, that is not good. You don't want that. You do not want that. So as far as with the Falcons, man, y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna show y'all my screen on some of the transactions they done did in the offseason so far. Y'all give me 1 second. And like I said, if y'all new to the channel, man, y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the lizards. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. I want to show y'all as far as what up with you, Donna B, baby? Appreciate you coming through, Donna B. I'm gonna show y'all the transactions so far. What the Falcons done did so far, which they ain't really did a lot, y'all. But y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. I'm gonna share my screen. Give me 1 second. All right, now. As far as what the Falcons done so far, as far as their transactions so far, receiver Cardero Hodge, they re-signed him to a 2-year deal for $6 million. They signed offensive tackle Jake Matthews, which I feel like that was a good move. They needed to bring him back. They signed him a 2-year, $45 million extension with $38 million fully guaranteed, which I think he deserved that, man. Jake Matthews, he's pretty solid left tackle for the Falcons, man. They also signed offensive tackle Storm Norton. They re-signed him to a deal. They don't got what the contract is, but they did re-sign him. Also, they picked up Leonard Floyd, which I feel like Leonard Floyd, I mean, to me, he's not really that consistent as a pass rusher, so they most definitely need to try to draft an edge rusher in the draft, y'all. They also signed defensive lineman Morgan Fox to a 2-year deal worth a little bit more than $8.5 million. And they signed linebacker Divine Diablo to a 2-year deal, $14 million, $8 million guaranteed. Let me see. Also, they signed cornerback Mike Hodges. They re-signed him to a 3-year, $18 million deal worth $9.64 million guaranteed. And they signed the long snapper Liam McCullough to a 4-year extension. So that's all they done did so far as the transaction for their team so far. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. What up with you, John, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. No, but OG, you say go Bucks. I hear you. Hey, I think that was a good move. Y'all brought back Chris Godwin. That was a good move. I also like the move y'all made with getting Hassan Reddick. I think Hassan Reddick, he always produce. I don't know why people be suspect with giving him a long-term contract, man. Whatever team he play on, he always produce. So I don't understand why team they signed him and next thing you know they trying to trade him. But yeah, right now everybody's struggling right now in the NFC South. But I do believe Carolina making some good moves, man. Matter of fact, speaking of Carolina, we're gonna move to the Panthers. What they did so far with the free agency and re-signing. So they brought back Andy Dalton. They re-signed him on the 2-year deal. And as you know, they picked up running back from the Cowboys, Rico Dowdle, whatever you want to call it. He got a 1-year deal worth $6.25 million. They re-signed tight end Tommy Tremble to a 2-year deal worth $16 million, 8 of it guaranteed. They re-signed the offensive guard Brady Christensen, which I like that signing because Brady Christensen can play multiple positions along the offensive line. So you most definitely want to keep your offensive lineman like him. They brought back center Austin Corbett, which I like Austin Corbett, but the only thing about me knock on him, man, is it seems like he get hurt every damn year. It seems like he start out the season, he be playing good. Next thing you know, he out for the season. So my thing for Austin Corbett is, can you damn stay out that blue tent? Can you stay off that stretcher? Can you stay healthy? Because every time I turn around, he get hurt every damn year. So, but if he healthy, he a solid offensive lineman. I just like, is you gonna stay healthy? So here we go. They also picked up edge Patrick Jones the second, which I mean, he really, to me, man, I think he is signing. My opinion, man, he ain't really all that as far as what we need as an edge rusher, a linebacker. They picked him up and they gave him a 2-year deal worth $20 million. I mean, he all right, man, but it still ain't really addressing the edge position like they need to, man. What's your name? Keaton Caffrey. Appreciate you coming through, brother. You said side note, random question. What do you think the Titans should do with the first pick? Hey, I'll tell you what I'll do. Give me 1 second. I appreciate you coming through here. I'll ask you a question right quick, and I'm gonna get right back to it, y'all. I asked you a question right quick. What I think the Titans should do with their first pick, if it was me, because the Titans, they struggled on their offensive line last year. We all know they need a quarterback. If it was me, as much as I like Cam Ward, I like Shedeur, but I feel like if it was me, I would go with either go with Travis Hunter, or I probably would did Abdul Carter. Or if I didn't go with them, because I feel like Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter is the only two guys in this draft that I feel like are generational type talents. I feel like they come to your team, they're gonna make a difference off the rip. But besides that, well, I say 3 options. Either you're gonna take Cam Ward, or my thing is trade back. Trade back. You're gonna have some of these teams that's hungry for a quarterback. Shit, I trade back if you ask me. I trade back and try to get some picks and build this team, man, and try to build that team, man. You most definitely, like I said, you got to tighten up that offensive line. I feel like they need another receiver on offense. So that's what I would do, man. To be honest with you, if I couldn't take Travis Hunter or take Abdul Carter, I probably would trade back, man. But I wouldn't trade back that far. I wouldn't trade back out of the top 10. I would stay in the top 10 so I could still get me a solid player, or mess around and stay in the top 10 and still get Jackson Dart, which I like Jackson. I actually like Jackson Dart better than Shedeur, if you ask me. That's just my opinion. Y'all might disagree. But I like Jackson Dart, man. But yeah, that's just my thing, man. Noble OG, appreciate you, man. You say I pray the Falcons sub 500. You say, Keith, I thought trade back to 3 with the Giants, then draft Travis or Abdul. Okay, so you kind of thinking the same way I'm thinking. Yeah, because I feel like Travis and Abdul Carter, they gonna come to the team and change it. They gonna change the team off the rip, man. Off the rip. OG, you say no. All right, man. Hold on. Let me get back to it, man. I appreciate y'all coming through this morning, kicking it with me, man. All right, man. Also, with the Panthers, they signed defensive lineman Tershawn Wharton, which for me, y'all, I feel like he mostly like a rotational guy. They might have kind of overpaid for him a little bit. He a rotational guy. He got a 3-year deal, $54 million, $30 million guaranteed. I like the signing. They got the big defensive tackle, Bobby Brown III. I think that was a good signing. He most definitely is the big nose tackle that they need in the middle of that 3-4 defense. They got him on a 3-year, $21 million deal with a max value of $27 million. Linebacker Christensen Roseboom, they got him on a 1-year deal. I mean, he's solid. He's solid. He had like 100-something tackle last year, so he's solid. J.C. Horn, they most definitely need to sign him back for a year, $100 million deal, $70 million guaranteed. I also like when they signed Mike Jack back. I like him as a solid number 2 cornerback. I also like the pickup of the safety, Trevion Moore, from who they got from the Raiders. I think that was a solid pickup, 3-year, $51 million. He most definitely gonna help them out in the run game and in the pass game. He pretty solid safety. And they signed the punter Sam Martin to a 1-year deal, $3 million. So now let's move to the Saints. What the Saints did in the offseason so far. They re-signed wide receiver Dante Pettis to a one-year deal. They re-signed tight end Juwan Johnson to a 3-year deal worth $30 million. They signed Jack Stoll to a one-year deal tight end. They also acquired in the trade. They got defensive lineman Devon Got you? They acquired him in the trade from the Patriots for a 2026 7th-round pick. Also, Cam Jordan, defensive end, he is returning for his 15th season, which I feel like Cam Jordan pretty much done lost a step, but they returning him back. They also re-signed they brought back defensive end edge rusher Chase Young. They gave him a 3-year deal, $51 million, 57 max value, which I feel like Chase Young, he all right, man, but he most definitely ain't what everybody thought he was gonna be coming out of college. But I mean, he decent though. They also signed cornerback Isaac Yadam. I guess that's how you pronounce his last name. He got a 3-year, $9 million deal, $10.5 million max value, $4.86 million guaranteed. They also signed safety Justin Reed from the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that was a good pickup. I think Justin Reed from Kansas City Chiefs, that was he a solid safety. They got him on a 3-year, $31.5 million deal, $22 million fully guaranteed. Yes, sir. He got a fully guaranteed. On over there to that cannon lady and grab you a couple of them old now laters. All right, now going down to the Tampa Bay Bucks, what they done did so far as their transaction, they re-signed backup quarterback Kyle Trask. They brought back Chris Godwin on a 3-year deal worth $66 million, $44 million guaranteed. They also signed wide receiver Sterling Shepard, which I like Sterling Shepard, but my only thing with him is the past couple of years he's been hurt a lot. But when he's healthy, he's a solid receiver. But they got him on a 1-year deal. They signed free agent offensive tackle Charlie Heck. They re-signed guard Brett Bredesen on a 3-year deal, $22 million. They also got edge Anthony Nelson. They re-signed him to a 2-year deal. And oh dang, I went too damn far. Hold on. Well, I don't went too far on my screen. I went damn. Hold on, let me get back where I was at. Golly. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go, y'all. They brought in, like I say, Edge Hassan Reddick to a 1-year deal worth $14 million, 12 of it guaranteed. They also re-signed defensive lineman Greg Gaines on a 1-year deal. They brought back linebacker Levante David on a 1-year, $10 million deal and $9 million guaranteed, which you know, it seems like Levante David been playing for about 30 years, boy. But they brought him back. Also, they signed linebacker Anthony Walker Jr. to a 1-year deal, and they signed free agent corner Kendall Valder, and they signed the punter Riley what's his name? Riley Dixon. So now going back up with the Carolina Panthers, man, because we're going through each team. Now, as far as with the Carolina Panthers, with their needs, like I told you with the Falcons, they need an edge rusher. They got the same problem, but they're a little worse off than the Carolina Panthers. But the Falcons need they need the edge rusher. Carolina Panthers need an edge rusher also. Now they'll address the defensive tackle spot. We're picking up Derek Brown. We're picking up our Bobby Brown III and Tershawn Wharton in free agency. But the Panthers still ain't figured out a replacement for Brian Burns, even though Brian Burns, I felt like he was kind of suspect, but they still ain't really got that edge rusher that they need since he left. They had picked up Jadeveon Clowney, which last year, looking at him, man, he most definitely done decline. They picked up Pat Jones II, and they got DJ Warner, and they got DJ Johnson, but they weren't even among the 90 highest graded edge rusher last season. So, my opinion, man, the Panthers probably need to try to get an edge defender like maybe Jalen Walker or Shamar Stewart. I really do like Shamar Stewart out of Texas. I like him. So we'll see what they do in the draft, y'all. Now moving on. Let me see what you say, John. You say the Falcons should win 10 games at least. Roscoe Riles, appreciate you coming through, brother. You say, bro, why are you worried about sports? Useless. Hey, I don't know about you, man. But hey, I like sports. It's interesting to me. I don't know about you, but I like sports. So I don't know what to tell you, brother. But I appreciate you coming through, though, man. The brother said it's useless. He said, "Why you worried about sports?" Golly. Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. I figure everybody likes some type of sport. You gotta like some. You gotta like handball, kickball. Shit, you gotta like some. Hey, you play pistol pop. You gotta play thought. You gotta play. You gotta like some. Slap boxing. You gotta like some. You gotta like some type of sport. Unless you're doing spelling bees all day or some shit. You gotta like some, man. You gotta like hockey, soccer. You'll do that, throw a frisbee or do some shit. Golly. All right, man. Let's move to the next team, which is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They most definitely need to address the linebacker position, even though they brought back Levante David. Like I said, Levante David, he done got older. I mean, he's solid, but he's still not what he used to be. They got to attack that in free agency, man. Now, as far as last team, which is the Saints, they most definitely need to address the interior defender. They need the defensive tackle. Like I say, they brought back Chase Young. They got Carl Granderson, which, I mean, they solid, but they defensive tackle, man. They weak. All six of they defensive tackles that played either 70 snaps or more last year earned a grade average of a 55 for PFF grades, y'all. So that ain't good at all. That lets you know they gotta, and I mean they gotta address the interior defensive line for the Saints. Former first round pick Brian Breesy, he been a big disappointment for them, man. He's been with them for 2 years. His PFF grade so far is a 37.4, which is horrible. That places him dead last. Now you know that ain't good. If you grade dead last out of 78 defensive linemen, you grade dead last. Oh yeah, it's time for you to get up out of there, brother. It's time for you to get up out of there. So as far as with the Saints, man, somebody who they probably need to try to get in the draft. If Mason Graham is still there at number 9, they most definitely need to try to grab Mason Graham to tighten up that interior defensive line, man. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get this on my screen. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat right quick before I go to my next thing. Let me see what you say, John. You say Roscoe probably into knitting. You say last to get picked in PE class. Hey, John, you know that's how it is back in the day when you playing old two-hand touch, sideline bust. You know, you be done picked everybody, then you got them last 2 guys standing there, and you be trying to pick. You be like, oh no, you get him. No, you get him. All right, then fuck it. I'll take him. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. I'll take you. They be like, no, you take him. I don't want him. You take him. Then you just say, oh, forget it, man. Come on, man. We got you. Be over here. You be over here. You just have him over there just running. Have him over there. Hey, John, he just over there running whatever. You don't even look his way to throw the ball when you play two-hand touch. You didn't even look at his way. Matter of fact, John, the only thing you do to try to make him feel good is on maybe 1 or 2 plays when you say, all right, say it, go. When you say go, then you just tell him, you just pitch him the ball and say, oh, hey, run. He just run and get what he can. Then they touch him. And then he feel like he involved. He feel like he involved. You let him do that maybe about 2 times within the whole game, and he gonna feel like he done did something. You just say, all right, say it, go. You just give it to him. All right, run. Oh yeah, John. You tell him to go deep. Yeah, keep on running. Hey, John, he been on ran straight across the street through traffic and everything. I'm open. Throw it. And you know everybody gonna leave it wide open because you know he ain't gonna catch it. You gonna throw that ball, hit him, drop it right in his stomach, and he gonna drop it. Everybody gonna be like, man, you sorry as hell. You wide open, still drop the pass. But yeah, man. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I got a little video clip I want to play for y'all right quick. Let me see what you say. OG Grinneman, you say they be like, Roscoe, you stuck with me. Be like, hell no. Be like, hell no, tell me you want to play. Hey, OG, boy, you wild, boy. But it did, but it did used to be like that, though. It did used to be like that. Hey, you be done got your little sister to come over there and play. Hey, give my little sister, man. She can run, she fast. Nah, man, we ain't picking her. Hey, get my little sister, man. She fast. We'll let her run the ball. Give me 1 second, man. But y'all wild, boy. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I got a little clip I want to play for y'all, man. Let me see. All right, y'all. I want to show y'all this right here because, like I said, pretty much everybody in the division need edge rushers, y'all. So let's take a look at some of these top edge rushers coming up in the draft. Give me 1 second. Hold on, let me get my screen together. All right, let's look at some of these edge rushers coming up in this draft, man. All right, ranked number 1, of course, you know they got Abdul Carter. The number 2 edge rusher right now, they got James Pierce. Number 3, they got Shamar Stewart out of Texas. I most definitely like him, man. We're gonna go through each one. At number 4, they got excuse me, y'all. At number 4, they got Mikael Williams out of Georgia. At number 5, top edge rusher, they got Mike Green out of Marshall. At number 6, they got Jack Sawyer. Number 7, they got Nick Borton out of Texas A&M. At number 8, they got Princely. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, y'all, but he out of Ole Miss. At number 9, they got Landon Jackson, edge out of Arkansas. At number 10, you got JT Tumuliala out of Ohio State. And then at 11, you got Joshua Stewart out of Michigan. And at number 12, you got Donovan Ezekaruke, something like that, out of Boston College. So it's a pretty deep draft for edge rushers, y'all. So we're gonna hit Abdul Carter first. Yeah, facts, John. You can't go wrong when it come out of Georgia, man. You cannot go wrong with that. Y'all give me 1 second. We're gonna hit Abdul Carter on some of his attributes, his overall. Let's see now. He's 6'3", 250 pounds, y'all. As far as his sacks on the season, he had 12 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He had 68 tackles, and he had 43 solo tackles. Now, he didn't run the 40 in the combine, but they got him listed right here running a 4.48. We'll see what he do on his pro day, but that's what they got him listed at right now. Now, let's go down here to some of his now his percentage on tackling, they got him at 65%. As far as his tackling pass rush, they got him at 100%. And his run defense, they got him at 83%, which that ain't bad. That ain't bad. Let's look at some of his strengths. Dang, all these doggone ads keep popping up. All right. Now, as far as some of his strengths, y'all, they say he's super athletic. His shuttle, he ran a 4.35 in his shuttle. He can broad jump a 10.7, and they say he can power clean 350. They say he got a freakish first step, explosive off the jump. On the tape, they say he displays exceptional bend and ankle flexation around the edge. So that means he's flexible. He can bend when it comes around that edge, y'all. They say he naturally violent as a tackler. They say his background, off-ball linebacker. So with me, man, I feel like he's the best all around. Really, if you ask me, man, if you compare him, I think he's more like Micah Parsons, if you ask me, because you can do everything with him. You can rush. He can rush the passer. He can play off ball. He can do it all, man. Drop into coverage. So I like Abdul Carter. I like him and the other linebacker from Georgia, Jalen Walker. I feel like those two guys, you can put them anywhere along the front seven as far as outside, inside, off ball, and they're gonna be successful. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get to the next edge, which is James Pierce. I like James Pierce out of Tennessee. I think he'll be perfect for a 3-4 defense. He's 6'5", 245 pounds. Now, last season, he had 7.5 sacks. He had 1 forced fumble, 38 tackles, and 23 solo tackles. Hey, man, shit, he said his hometown. I didn't know that. It say his hometown, Charlotte, North Carolina, y'all. I didn't know that. But James Pierce out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I did not know that. They got him listed as a 4.47 in the 40. I like James Pierce, man. He's a solid outside linebacker. I think he'll be perfect for 3-4 defense. I think if he very tall and he weighs 5 pounds, he most definitely will have to gain some weight if he played in a 4-3. But I think 3-4 would be great spot for him. The next, which is Shamar Stewart out of Texas A&M. Hey, he make plays all over the field, man. I like this guy. He's a playmaker out of Texas A&M. They said they got him at running a 4.5. He's 6'5", 267 pounds. He must have got hurt. He only had 1.5 sacks, 1 fumble, 31 tackles. Damn, hey, the stats is slacking right here. Damn, stats is slacking, brother. What the hell? He must have got hurt, man. He had to get hurt. Ain't no way in the hell. He ranked that high, and he did a damn thing on the stat record. Yeah, he must have. I'm gonna have to check on that, y'all. He must have got hurt. Ain't no way in the hell he one of the top edge rushers, and he only got 1.5 sacks. Where we do that at? Where we do that at? And then we got Mikael Williams. I'm a big Georgia fan, man. I seen him play a lot of games. He most definitely is effective. He most definitely make plays, playmaker. He's 6'5", 260 pounds. They say he run a 4.7. He had 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 21 tackles, and 15 solo tackles. Hey, some of these guys' stats ain't worth a shit, man. Some of these guys' stats. But I seen him play a lot of games because I'm a Georgia fan. He most definitely make plays. I thought his stats was a little bit better than that, though. Golly. All right, we got Mike Green out of Marshall, which I feel like Mike Green, I feel like he the best edge rusher. You say he was hurt, OG? Okay, I'm going to say he had to get hurt, man. No way the hell his stats like that. He had to get hurt. Had to. Now, Mike Green, I feel like he the best edge rusher as far as rushing the passer. I think he the best in his draft. He had 17 sacks on the season, 81 tackles, 38 solo, 3 forced fumbles. Coming out of Marshall, they got him running a 4.7 in that 40. Next guy we got is Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer, he one of those guys. I looked at some tape on him, man. He He just a solid guy, man. He just a guy. If you look at him on tape, he not gonna like wow you. Like you look at his highlights, you ain't gonna be like, damn. You know, look at that play. But what I am gonna tell you is he always making plays. He one of those guys. It don't look all fancy, it don't look all pretty, but you need somebody to make plays. Jack Sawyer is gonna make plays. Believe that. There's one thing about him. He gonna make plays. And it might not look good, but he gonna make the plays. He gonna get back there to the quarterback. I like Jack Sawyer. I like his running mate too. The other edge rush on the other side. But y'all give me 1 second, man. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hey, anybody that's new to the channel, man, y'all most definitely make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the lights, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me, man. We're gonna go to the next. You said Jared Allen tight. Yeah. I agree with you on that. OG Greenman. Okay, y'all. We'll go to the next one. Hold on. The next guy we got is Nick Scorton, another guy out of Texas A&M. Nick Scorton, he's 6'3", 257 pounds. They got him running the 4.7 and the 40. Boy, he's slow as hell. He running 4.7 and 40. He had 5 sacks on the season, 1 forced fumble, 37 tackles, 27 solo tackles. With this guy right here, the stats don't sound good, but you got to watch the tape on him. He make plays, man. The stats ain't all that, but he make plays. He make plays. So let's go to the next guy, which out of Ole Miss is Princely Umalili, something like that. I can't pronounce his last name, y'all, but he's another solid guy out of Ole Miss. He's a little bit better as far as rushing the passer. He had 10.5 sacks last year, 37 tackles, 19 solo, 1 forced fumble. He run a 4. They got him running a 4.7 and a 40. So, and the reason, if you're just coming in here, the reason why I'm reading these edge rushers, y'all, is because one thing I noticed about the NFC South, pretty much everybody need to address the defensive line. The Saints, they got problems at the interior defensive line. Carolina got problems with pass rush. The Falcons, one of the worst teams as far as the pass rush. Tampa Bay, they need interior and linebacker help. So all these teams in the NFC South either need defensive line. Well, I say front 7. All of them need front 7 help. So that's the reason why I'm on here reading to y'all the different edge rushers, outside linebacker, stuff like that, because definitely all of them in the NFC South got the same situation with the front 7. Either they need a pass rusher or they need interior, or like Tampa need a linebacker. So all of them need front 7 help. All of them need help on the defense side of the ball. So now let's go to the next one, which is JT. How you pronounce his name? Tamulio. I think that's how you pronounce it, out of Ohio State. I like him. I actually like this guy better than Jack Sawyer. I like him a little bit better than Jack Sawyer. He had 12.5 sacks on the season. He a little bit more as far as better as far as pass rush affecting the quarterback. He's 6'4", 265 pounds. They got him listed at a 4.6, which that ain't bad. Like I say, he had 12.5 sacks, 61 tackles, 35 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles. So I like this guy right here. I actually like him a little bit better than Jack Sawyer, y'all. I like him a little bit better. What up with you, Ebo, man? Appreciate you coming through. James WT, appreciate you coming through, man. You said boom, chicka boom, boom, chicka boom, boom, boom. Let me see, Ebo, appreciate you coming through. You say, why would you show like that tow truck from Cars? He said, why you sound like that tow truck from Cars? Hey, probably because my nose, man. With this weather changing, I'm down here in Georgia, y'all. This doggone weather changing. One day it's damn 70-something degrees. Next day, it's damn 40, 50 degrees. So my doggone allergy messing with me, man. So if I sound kind of stopped up, he said I sound like the truck from Cars. Hey, boy, y'all wild, man. Oh, shit, boy. That was funny. You said the tow truck. Hey, I don't sound that bad like the tow truck sound. The tow truck on Cars, he country as hell, man. Hey, I got little kids. My little boy like to watch Cars. That damn tow truck on Cars, he country as hell, man. I don't sound that damn country, dude. Golly. You said the tow truck from Cars. Hey, that damn tow truck, he country as hell on Cars. But yeah, man, let me see what you say, John. You said, do you think Alabama QB will have a career in the NFL, and who should draft him? Yeah, hey, Noble OG, he said, yeah, Bader. Yeah, Bader. Yeah, the tow truck Bader. Hey, Bader country is hell. I said, man, hey, if I sound that country, boy, hey. Oh, Bader. Bader country is hell on Cars, man. But you know what, John? The quarterback for Alabama, man. My thing with him, man, I feel like with him, he got to go to a team with a offensive-minded coach, somebody who got a very good quarterback coach, somebody who gonna take the time to work with him, man. Because my thing with him, yeah, he got the athletic ability, yeah, he got a great arm. But my thing with him, man, it's his decision making. It's his decision making and his accuracy, man. At certain times, you know, he overthrowing people. Sometimes his decision making is suspect. You know, they say he didn't really have a good Senior Bowl. You see how he looked at that damn bowl game against Michigan. He looked horrible. So I feel like Jalen Milroe, he need to go to a team where maybe he can sit behind a quarterback for a couple of years, and maybe some type of quarterback coach can work with him. Because I think he got the talent, man. I think, like I say, he got to work on his accuracy, and he got to work with his decision making, man. Noble OG, you say Bucks need edge. Yeah, that's why I said all of them need help in the front seven, man. All these teams in the NFC South need front seven help. Tampa, they need linebacker help. They brought back Levante David, but like I said, Levante David seems like he's been playing for 20 years. I mean, he all right, but they need a linebacker help big time, man. I think that was a good pickup with Tampa again, Hassan Reddick, but they most definitely need linebacker help. Let me see what you say. OG, you say third round pick or fourth. Jordan Washington, you say, are you smooth? Are you smooth? Well, what kind of question is that, Jordan? Are you smooth? But y'all wild, but if I said, are you smooth? What the hell are you talking about, Jordan? Let me see you say OG Greedy. We said last 2 years, Michigan smacked them. Yeah, they did, man. Yeah, they did. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I got something I'm going to show y'all. As far as with this NFC South, man, give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. And like I said, if y'all new to the channel, y'all most definitely subscribe. Double tap that screen for the likes, man. Let me find this for y'all right quick. Okay, here we go. I found a little video for y'all, man, as far as what they're saying the biggest draft needs for the NFC South, man. So I'm going to play this for y'all right quick. Here we go.
Here in CBS Sports HQ, where it's Combine Week, and we're continuing to go over the biggest needs for each team in the league. Now it's time to turn our focus to the NFC South. Down the stretch, it was a two-team race between the Falcons and Bucks, but the Bucks won the division. However, were bounced in the wild card round at the hand of the Washington Commanders. So how does each team begin to really reset, starting with the draft? For the answer, we welcome back in our NFL experts. It's Will Brinson and John Breach. Guys, let's go ahead and start with the Saints here. There's work to be done. New head coach and Kellen Moore, they have the worst cap space situation right now in the league. Chase Young could find a new home come free agency. So how do they find some gems in the NFL draft? Will, I'll let you start.
Yeah, I mean, look, you need to roll back the clock and have a 2017 draft if you're the Saints, where they basically went for the 7-10 team and just found Ryan Ramczyk, Marshawn Lattimore, Alvin Kamara. I mean, you got to hit on a lot of stuff. The problem is, as you point out, Jordan, their cap space is a mess. They've said they're going to be aggressive in free agency. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I think they really need to focus in on trying to find some edge rush help here. Chase Young gone, Cameron Jordan going to be 36. I mean, he's getting up there in what is probably ends up being a Hall of Fame career. And you just haven't had a lot of success at that position in recent years in the draft. They've whiffed on some higher picks at the edge rusher position. So,
and update y'all, like I told y'all, they brought back Chase Young. So, but they still need to tighten up with their defensive line, though. But here we go, y'all.
You got a lot of talent there, and you see that meat too. Once you get outside the top 10, you start to see a lot of names on this list that we have at CBSSports.com, all the way down to like a Landon Jackson, those sort of guys, where they're going to be very variable in terms of where they go in the draft after you get outside that top 15. So I think the Saints in particular look like a team that could scoop up some edge rush talent, either with the first round pick, maybe even with their first 2 picks.
Yeah, Brenton, we're absolutely on the same page here. I think edge rush makes the most sense. And as you said, they are so far over the salary cap. They really do need to hit a few home runs in this draft, because when you are that far over, that's how you build your roster cheaply, is by getting good players in the draft. And it's not just Chase Young. You also have Peyton Turner, who could possibly be leaving in free agency. So you kind of have this gaping hole there at the edge rush spot. And so you do need to add depth there. And so all eyes are going to be on Kellen Moore, but really it's Brandon Staley, the new defensive coordinator, who is going to have all the pressure on him this year. Because you look at what this defense did in 2024, they gave up the 2nd most rushing yards in the NFL. They gave up the 6th most passing yards in the NFL. So you absolutely have to do something. Maybe if you don't go edge, you could go corner, because you have Paulson Adebo, who's going to be a free agent. And so you're going to need help there. But I do think the Saints will probably best served to draft a defensive player with that 9th overall pick.
All right, let's get to a defense that didn't do much in 2024. That's the Carolina Panthers. His team's defense ranked dead last in almost every single key metric this past season. So I don't even know, John, if it's really a question. I mean, does the entire focus for the Panthers need to be on defense here?
Absolutely, Jordan. You just hit the nail on the head. This was the worst defense in the NFL last year. They gave up the most yards per game. They gave up the most points per game. So I don't think they can really go wrong as long as they draft a defensive player. Maybe you get a pass rusher kind of pair with Derek Brown and Jadeveon Clowney. You absolutely could use some help there. They're going to be losing Mike Jackson in free agency. That's a cornerback, so you could stand to draft a corner if you are the Carolina Panthers. And then maybe you get a defensive tackle just so you help your pass rushers take some pressure off of them. So they need help at every layer of their defense. So I don't think they can go wrong by drafting any defensive player. Go defense. And I do know that maybe you think about getting Bryce Young some help at receiver, but I think the Panthers really, really need to focus on improving their defense in the first round of the draft.
Yeah, I thought I was being too broad when I was going to say defensive line and just throw out either defensive tackle or edge rusher. Turns out, nope, not at all. Brees is going any defensive player, and he's not wrong. This Panthers defense is terrible, or was terrible. Hopefully it gets better. I think Mason Graham could make a lot of sense for them. It depends on what they really need to figure out what they want to do and how they want to attack things schematically and how they want to build out that defense. Do you want to pair somebody with Derek Brown in the interior and maybe make easier for your edge rushers? Do you think there's a true, I think to me, they need to get the front 4 shored up before anything else, because that secondary is going to be, it's worthless if they can't stop the run or can't put some pressure on the quarterback. You just see it like over and over again. They would get gashed in the run and then people would just pass on them. So I'm suggesting you go either defensive tackle or edge rusher here for the Panthers and really, really lean into defense in this draft.
Yeah, we might recommend them repeat what they did in 2020. As you know, the Panthers were the first team in the league to use all 7 picks on defense. So they've gone down this route before. It might not be a bad idea to repeat what happened in 2020. Let's go ahead and get to a team that tried to give the Buccaneers a run for their money. That's the Atlanta Falcons. Down the stretch, came up short, have now missed the postseason the past 7 seasons. So, Will, how do the Falcons try to get to that next step, starting with the NFL draft?
Well, you talk about a team that needs to draft defense. I mean, like the Falcons didn't even send any offensive coaches to the combine. That's how hell bent they are on drafting defense. They're like, nah, y'all go like practice throwing having guys throw the football on the practice field. Only defensive guys allowed at the combine. We're not even going to look at offensive guys in this draft. That's how bad the Falcons are in terms of their defensive needs. But I think edge rusher again. I mean, like we're sort of repeating it here, but I mean it's just a common theme for this division. Edge rusher is really, really important for the Falcons. Throughout the entire year, they would get in these situations where the offense would maybe do enough to keep them in the game, and the defense just simply could not get pressure on the opposing quarterback. I think the Atlanta Falcons, it is paramount that they draft an edge rusher to develop to be their blue chip pass rusher in this draft.
Yeah, Brenton, I absolutely agree with you there. But the problem is they're the 15th overall pick. We just said the Saints and Panthers both need pass rush help, and they are picking ahead of the Saints. So that is not good for Atlanta. But look, this team had the 2nd fewest sacks in the NFL last year. Matthew Judon's about to hit free agency. And then you have some aging veterans there with David Onyemata and Grady Jarrett. So you got to do something with that front 4, and pass rush makes the most sense. So I think the Falcons do need to look for an edge rusher at 15th overall.
All right, lastly, let's get to the Bucs here. They made the postseason despite all of the devastating injuries that really plagued this team mid-season. Godwin could become a free agent. We know it's the final contract year for Mike Evans. Will, what do the Bucs need?
Yeah, I mean, you can make the case, Jordan, if you wanted to, that wide receiver is a position the Bucs could attack here. They've said repeatedly they want to get Chris Godwin back. They're doing some contractual stuff that indicates that that is really making it obvious that they want to get him back. But he's going to have plenty of suitors.
And as you know, they already signed Chris Godwin back, so
of free agency, and Jalen McMillan was awesome down the stretch. I mean, so I think, you've already drafted a receiver there. For me, I'm looking at just sort of the losses that they have and the needs that they have on this team. And I think, again, I mean, it was a good life for a quarterback in the NFC South. The Bucs need some edge rush help as well. They should also look at linebacker. You can sort of blend those depending on what kind of player it is and how you want to have him operate in Todd Bowles' scheme. But I think edge rusher, getting pressure on the quarterback, a critical component for the Bucs bouncing back and continuing to keep their run going in the NFC South.
Brenton, we should clearly be running all of these NFC South teams because we're on the same page once again. Look, if the Buccaneers re-sign Chris Godwin, they don't need receiver. But if they don't, and he leaves in free agency, I think you have to look at receivers. So let's say he does re-sign, though. As Brenton said, the Buccaneers are very focused on making that happen. Then I do think linebacker is probably the spot you need to go. You look at who could be leaving in free agency: Levante David, Anthony Nelson, Shaq Barrett. So if you get either linebacker or pass rushing help, I think that would make the most sense for the Buccaneers at 19th overall.
All right, gentlemen, we'll leave it there. Incredible insight all week long. That'll do it for us here on CBS Sports HQ. Will Brinson and John Breach with all of the biggest needs for each team in the NFL as the scouting combine continues.
So y'all see right there, those are the odds for each team in the NFC South to win the Super Bowl. So y'all see, you put money on the Saints or you put money on the Panthers, and they mess around and win the Super Bowl, which most likely that ain't gonna happen. But if for some reason you did, you most definitely would cash in on them bets. You most definitely would cash in on them bets. But I most definitely wasn't putting a lot of money on it. Let me get my screen off. Yeah, man. So that was just them breaking down the team, some of the team needs as far as with the NFC South, man. What are with your Elaine? What are with your Elaine, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. Panther Theory. What up with your brother? Appreciate you coming through. Let me see what you say. Oh, you say CBS Sports, not a great draft board network. They biased. they do be biased sometimes. You right about that, no, but they do be a little biased. John, you say no, but honestly, I felt Pittsburgh the best place for Miro. OG, you say Dart, and Noble, you say, can you envision Dart in a Steelers uniform? Man, hey, I don't know, man. Dart might not get past. He might not get past the Saints, y'all. Even though you know what they saying, and you know, like I told y'all earlier, how the Saints, they need help with their front seven, especially the interior defensive line. Hey, they ain't too happy with Derek Carr, man. I don't think they too happy with Derek Carr. So I wouldn't be surprised if at that number 9 pick for the Saints, if they take somebody like Jackson Dart. I would not be surprised. Or if for some reason Shador falls, which I don't think he will. Especially if the Giants, if they don't get Aaron Rodgers, and if they don't get Aaron Rodgers, I know for a fact Shador probably going to the Giants. But like I say, everybody waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers gonna do. You know what he gonna do? Like I say, he gonna go on Pat McAfee show and tell everybody what he doing. But we'll see, man. Like I say, I feel like with Aaron Rodgers, man, he most definitely declined in the past couple of years. I don't think he's the same Aaron Rodgers he was with Green Bay. So my thing is, y'all, he later in his career, the Giants offensive line suspect, the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line suspect. So whichever team we go to, he's still gonna have the same problem that he had with the Jets, y'all. And the Jets had all that talent at the skill position, but everybody know the Jets offensive line was suspect last year. So that's another thing the Jets got to fix. Even though they got Justin Fields, the Jets they got to tighten up that offensive line, man. They got to. It has been a couple of years, and the Jets been having the same problem damn near every year with the offensive line. So they got to tighten that up. They got to. Let me see. OG Group, you say Will Johnson. You say they need a corner. Noble OG, you say Roger signing with the Giants is obvious. I think he is too, Noble. And I'm gonna tell you another thing, Noble OG. Aaron Rodgers, he don't put out there that he want to stay up in that area. He said he liked that area up there where he had up there around Jersey with the Jets. So I wouldn't be surprised if he go to the Giants, man. Because he said he liked that area up there. So he probably gonna stay up that way. I wouldn't doubt it. But I tell y'all one thing: if they do sign him, don't be surprised if Shador end up falling. If the Giants, because whatever team Shador go to, he probably going to a team where he gonna play from the get go. I don't think he going to a team where he gonna sit behind a quarterback. I think that'll be a bunch of drama with him. You know, him with him talking, his dad to talk. Well, he probably ain't gonna say that, but you know his dad will say something. But so that'd be my thing, man. If they take Aaron Rodgers, Shador probably end up. Hey, shit, he might fall to the Saints. He might fall to the Saints. So just never know. Yeah. He like team with a big media market. Right. So we'll see what happens with that situation, man. Matter of fact, y'all give me 1 second, man. I got a little thing on while we're talking about this, I got a little thing on mock draft. Y'all give me 1 second. Little updated mock draft. Let me see where I'm at. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me find this right quick. Okay, I'm gonna play this for y'all while we're talking about these players. This is updated. Mel Kiper's updated mock draft for the top 10 teams. So I'm gonna play this for y'all right quick. Give me 1 second.
Good things come in threes, but this mock may be the one. We're breaking down the top 10 picks and predictions from Mel Kiper's latest Mock Draft 3.0. That's coming up along with your questions, your takes, and your draft dreams live as First Draft starts right now. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of First Draft. We're with you twice a week, every Monday and Thursday afternoon, live on the NFL on ESPN YouTube channel and wherever you get your podcast, plus on ESPN2 every Monday alongside the legends, Field Yates and Mel Kiper. I am Greeny. And Mel, you put out Mock 3.0 this week, and that is going to be the subject of today's podcast. And I'm just curious, because we basically spent our entire episode of Get Up talking about it, how much, if you could try and measure, how much reaction do you get to one of these mock drafts compared to what it might have been when you first started doing this?
It's night and day. It really is. I think now everybody has an opinion, and which is great. So the internet, you see all stuff all over the place there. You get calls from your friends in the NFL. Some friends that aren't in the NFL that were in the NFL will call and say things. And it's usually this. Why do you have this player that high? What are you seeing that I don't? That's what they're usually doing. They're not saying, hey, I agree with this or I agree with that. It's why is this guy up here? What did you see that I didn't? So, again, that's what you get this time of year when you do the mocks, and everybody has an opinion, which is great. The internet is going crazy when you do a mock with, Jackson Dart going where he does, or this player maybe not in the first that some people think should be. So it's amazing how many people around the country, around the world follow this process day in and day out, which is great. I envisioned this back in 1979 when I started. To see it now in 2025 is very rewarding for me to see it grow to this point.
Young Fielding, how do you feel when one of Mel's mocks come out?
Well, I'll say this, and Mel's going to get mad at me for praising him right now. But what I think is really cool is that every time Mel Kiper Jr. drops a mock draft, especially as we get into this phase of the pre-draft process where we're close enough that we can count the number of days relatively easily now. We're 36 days or 35 days away and counting, 5 weeks to be exact. I get calls and texts from people at the highest levels of NFL scouting departments around the NFL who take stock of it. This matters to them. What Mel Kiper Jr.'s mock draft says is important to them. It allows them to use it as a data point about, hey, if Mel is putting these players in these slots, that might be useful information as we try to debate. If we love this player, do we have to move up? Are we going to be able to get this player where we are currently slotted? Can we even move back and maybe get this guy 5 picks later if somebody is desperate enough to move up into our current slot? So I think that Mel Kiper Jr. mock drafts will forever be appointment reading, and they're a huge part of the NFL discourse, not just fans and people like us, Greeny, who live for these mock drafts year-round.
He is the man who invented the NFL draft process as we know it today, and he is ready to go. Again, I'll remind everyone, scan the QR code on your screen, access the entire First Draft YouTube playlist. We are going to break down the top 10 picks in Mel Kiper's Mock Draft 3.0. The full mock is available on ESPN.com, and so I will do it as only I can, and I actually have a prop.
Hey!
I've got a gavel today.
Budget increasing around these parts.
Yes, our budget is way up now. Without further ado, round one of Mel Kiper's Mock Draft 3.0 is officially open. The Tennessee Titans are officially on the clock. And just like that, the pick is in. Here we go. With the first pick in the 2025 Mel Kiper Mock Draft 3.0, the Titans select Cam Ward, quarterback, Miami. Mel, this is not a surprise. Take us through your thinking, and maybe more importantly, do you think this is the right decision for the Titans to make?
Well, I think you need the quarterback in this league, and they're not sure about Will Levis, and I get that. He had some struggles with turnovers, and he played through that shoulder injury. So you go to Cam Ward, and they love him. Brian Callahan, who was with Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, he inherited Will Levis. This would be his guy. If he loves Cam Ward, there's a lot to like about Cam Ward. The arm talent's undeniable. The mobility. This kid had 17 rushing touchdowns over a 3-year period, 2 years at Washington State, then, of course, that final year at Miami. He cut that sack total down dramatically. He was sacked almost as much in 2 years at Washington State as Shedeur Sanders was at Colorado. Now, despite having only 7 interceptions, he will put the ball in harm's way. He will get a little reckless, careless with the ball in the pocket, but throwing the ball, he will, like I say, put it out there where, hey, some defensive backs, linebackers in college won't make the plays, and the NFL, they will. Now, ironically, his most interceptions came at Incarnate Word when he had 10. Only had 7 interceptions last 2 years, one at my year at Miami, 1 year at Washington State, that final year. But he's got to be a little bit more, I think, basically get it out quicker. Don't wait as long. You hesitate in college, you can get away with that at times. You're rolling around. You're going to put it, like say, in harm's way late. You're late. Nothing good happens when you're late to the party, guys. Nothing happens when you're late doing anything, right? So for Cam Ward, the things you got away with at Washington State, Miami, or a turnover early in a game that nobody cares about because you win by 30. That's not the NFL. Games are close. Games are nail biters into the fourth quarter. They're undecided games late. And when you get to 4 o'clock, quarter to 4 on the East Coast, they're still undecided. Those mistakes, that's why we're talking about Will Levis. Will Levis made one key mistake in some games that ended up costing them. So again, Cam Ward has to eliminate that. And some things he got away with weren't turnovers. In the NFL, this will be strip sacks galore. So for Cam Ward, he's got to clean some things up, but the arm talent, the mobility, and he had a hell of a year. I mean, the bottom line is he had a really good year at Miami. He had really good seasons at 3 different programs with different players, different systems, and he adapted. So Cam Ward, number 1 to Tennessee. Adam Schefter said, lock it in, put it in pen. So when Adam Schefter says, put it in pen, I'll mark it down and feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, far be it for me to disagree with either Adam Schefter's reporting or Mel Kiper Jr.'s mock drafts. This is where I've had Cam Ward in my most recent mock drafts as well, going number 1 overall. And so I don't want to sit here and debate whether he is or isn't going to go first overall, Greeny. I want to talk about some of the things that will sort of galvanize me about Cam Ward in Tennessee. So this team has worked hard in free agency to beef up its offensive line. Worth noting, this team has one of the great offensive line coaches that we have ever seen in the league in Bill Callahan. So there is room for this group to grow. But on top of that, one of the things that I've noticed, and scouts have pointed out watching Miami last year, is the system in Miami was sort of just figure it out as you go. There was a lot of backyard football to this Miami offense, and Cam Ward has the skill set to play that brand of football. But at the NFL level, it doesn't work nearly as effectively when you've got NFL Pro Bowlers on the defensive side of the ball that you are facing off against week in and week out. Cam Ward and the structure that Brian Callahan is going to have to dial up for him is something that I think brings an even higher ceiling than what we have seen so far with Cam Ward at the college level. And while he did run a decent amount as a scrambler, we didn't see a ton of designed runs from Cam Ward, especially last year, because Miami didn't really need him to run the football all that much. I think there's more to do for Cam Ward as a runner at the NFL level that will really challenge defenses, as we see with so many of the great quarterbacks these days. You can't just ping your ears back and rush. These quarterbacks break the pocket and turn what could be a sack into a 15-yard scramble. I'm in. Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick to the Titans.
So, Mel, I'm about to bring up something that I grant is completely irrelevant, but I can tell you that the popular sentiment, sort of the conventional wisdom out there, and who am I talking about? I'm talking about fans who don't scout these players, who don't understand all of the things that you do and that the NFL teams obviously do. But the 2 concerns that you hear are he's being pushed up the board because he's a quarterback, and if he was in last year's draft class, not only wouldn't he have been among the top 3 quarterbacks taken, but he might have been even further down than that. I grant that those are not relevant in any meaningful way to this. But I guess I do ask the question again. You're taking a quarterback number 1 overall. It's because you project him to be a great player. Does Cam Ward project that way?
That's debatable, Greeny. I think it's accurate to say he wouldn't have been with Caleb and Jaden and Drake, but where would he have been with Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr.? All this revisionist history, Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. were not considered lock top 10 guys or lock first rounders at this same time last year. So when you talk about Cam Ward, yes, he kept climbing and climbing. I had people that liked him when he was going to Washington State from Incarnate Word that had seen him and liked him. Watch that guy. When he was at Washington State, watch that guy Ward. He's got a lot of arm talent. I think people were kind of stunned that he kept climbing as high as he did. For positional value, yes, he gets a bump. He's at 6 right now on my big board. But if you need the quarterback, and you got to love these guys. People say, well, you got to take them. Keep taking shots at quarterback. I believe you got to love them or you don't take them. So there's a lot to like about Cam Ward. There's no question about that. Would he have been the number 1, number 2, number 3 pick last year? No, he wouldn't. But every draft is different. We were talking about before the show, field night. You got to draft somebody. Mm-hmm. You can't say, we're passing and we'll use our first round pick next year. You got to make a pick. You can't just decide to say, hey, I don't like this board the way it is. I don't like the value of this guy. You got to take somebody with that pick. And Cam Ward going number 1 because Tennessee, I don't think, likes Will Levis enough to put all their eggs in one basket with Will Levis.
I get that, but Field, I mean, the other option here, Mel is saying you have to pick somebody. You don't have to pick somebody. You can trade out of that spot, and there probably are teams that will be willing to trade up there. As one who has seen his team, it's no secret to anyone who's watching this podcast or listening to our voices right now, if you're not aware of me and I am a fan of the New York Jets. I have seen the Jets try and miss at the top of the draft on quarterbacks multiple times, and that sets a franchise back because you wind up chasing that mistake for a long time. And listen, I'm not trying to put this out into the ether. I'm not a scout. I'm not an analyst. I'm not saying Cam Ward isn't going to be the greatest quarterback of all time. I'm merely saying, Field, if you don't love him, trading the pick does feel like it was at some point in this process an option.
It is. It might still be Greeny. Like, I think we feel like he is a lock to go number 1 overall, and the breadcrumbs certainly suggest Tennessee is more inclined. But let's not forget that there are some people in the NFL that view this as really a 1 quarterback class. 1, not, hey, you've got Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders at the top, and then maybe Jackson Dart. There are some people that feel as though they only have strong belief on 1 quarterback, and that 1 quarterback is, of course, Cam Ward. The Cleveland Browns call you and say, we'll give you 2 plus our 2nd round pick and our 1st round pick next year. I think the GM of the Tennessee Titans, Mike Borgonzi, is going to have a meeting with his scouting department. If the Giants come in and say, we'll give you 3 and our 2nd round pick and a 1st round pick next year, I think that same meeting will take place. Is it possible it gets traded? I think it's possible, but at this point, given what has taken place in the, let's call it first 2 waves of free agency, because things have really slowed down, all signs point to Tennessee taking Cam Ward number 1 overall, absent the Godfather either being shipped their way down to Nashville.
I'm with you. Again, I'm not trying to suggest that any of these are wrong. I'm merely asking whether they're right or not. We'll continue the conversation, but as you can hear, the pick is in. Here we go with the number 2 pick in Mel Kiper's Mock Draft 3.0. The Cleveland Browns select Abdul Carter, edge, Penn State. Mel, take me through the pick.
Well, people say, well, why would you take Abdul Carter when you have Myles Garrett? Why not? You need 2 of the wide 9s. You need guys on both sides that can attack off the edge. Myles Garrett, hey, if he's doubled, Abdul Carter is going to wreak.
So what y'all think about that for the number 2 pick? Y'all agree with that with Cleveland? Y'all agree I say with his mock draft pick with Abdul Carter going to Cleveland? My opinion, man, I feel like Cleveland, to be honest with you, I wouldn't, if I was a Cleveland Brown fan, I wouldn't be mad with the Abdul Carter pick because he best, what you want to call that, BPA, best player available. But Cleveland need a quarterback, man, to be honest with y'all. I mean, he most definitely gonna make a difference. You team him up with Myles Garrett, that'd be a nice combination. But they need a quarterback, man. They need a quarterback. Deshaun Watson didn't turn out to what they wanted to be. They stuck with a lot of that guaranteed money that they paid him, but they need a quarterback. So that's just my opinion, man. How y'all feel about that? Do y'all agree with that? I mean, it ain't a bad pick. Like I say, if you go best player available, it's either him or Travis Hunter if you go with best player available at number 2. But I will definitely feel like they need a quarterback, man. Let me see what you say, Trey. Appreciate you coming through, brother. You say Ward at 1, Carter at 2, Sanders at 3, and Hunter at 4. That ain't no bad one. Hey Trey, it might end up going like that. Honestly, to be honest with you, that's probably how it's gonna end up going. To be honest, Ward at 1, Carter going to Cleveland, Shedeur going to the Giants, and Hunter going to probably New England. That wouldn't be no bad pick. That wouldn't be no bad one, man. Let me see. Uptown Alley Cat. Appreciate you coming through, brother. You said the Browns not going QB. Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there because I feel like they need a quarterback. But yeah, I don't think, to be honest with you, they probably not gonna go a quarterback that early. I do believe they will get a quarterback in the draft. They might get it probably like the second, maybe their second round pick or their third round pick, but they need to try to get some type of quarterback for the future. But I agree with you. You know, when you that high up in the draft, you got to go best player available. Best player available at that position. I mean, at that point is Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. So, I mean, either way you go, it's not a bad pick. Yeah. Facts, Uptown Alley Cat. They most definitely need a quarterback. But like you say, I like Shador, but I don't feel like Shador is a generational type talent. I do feel like Abdul Carter. I think he's the closest thing to Micah Parsons. I feel like Abdul Carter could do everything that Micah Parsons could do. You can line him up on the edge. You can line him off the ball. You can drop him in coverage. You can rush him up the middle. It don't matter what you do with him on that front seven, he can do it all. Same stuff you can do with Micah Parsons, you can do with Abdul Carter. So I most definitely feel like if they got him teamed him up with Myles Garrett, that most definitely going to be a problem. Let me see if you say no, but OG, before I start back playing this, you said Shador going to get killed in his rookie campaign. I'll tell you one thing, man, and I said this before, and I'm going to say it again, y'all. Wherever Shador go, they got to fix the offensive line. Like I say, the Giants been suspect with their offensive line, which I believe that's probably where he's going to end up going, y'all, to the Giants. But the Giants' offensive line been suspect, so they most definitely got to fix it because Shador, he is straight up old school quarterback, and it's messed up, man, that his dad is Deion Sanders and he didn't get none of that athletic ability. Let me say that one more time. It's messed up that he didn't get none of that athletic ability. He didn't get none of it. He didn't get just a pinch of it. He didn't get a little Tinkerbell sprinkle of it. Like, golly, boy. But yeah, I feel like with him, man, if they tighten up the offensive line, I feel like he could be, a pocket quarterback because that's what he is. He a pocket quarterback. But you say Shador reminds you of Geno. That ain't a bad comparison. I ain't thought about that. That's a good matter of fact, Uptown. That's a good comparison. Geno, because Geno about the same. Geno, yeah, John. I ain't really thought about that one. Geno, that ain't because you know what? If you think about it, Geno, he ain't really he really like a pocket quarterback if you think about it. Geno, he ain't got like a real strong arm like that, but he made pretty good decisions. He got a decent arm. He pretty accurate with the ball. So Shador, you know what? I can see that. Yeah, I can see that too, John, because Shador, he about the same. I mean, he pretty accurate with the ball. He made pretty good decisions. Of course, he gonna be in the pocket. He can't really scramble like that. But if you give him time, I believe Shador could, I believe he can read the defense good enough to get the ball to where it needs to go, accuracy. He ain't got the biggest arm. He don't got the biggest arm, but he got a good enough arm. So, Edgar V, appreciate you coming through, brother. You said, I hope my Raiders pass on Sanders. Hey, they most definitely gonna pass on him now, man. They got Geno Smith. They don't need no quarterback in the first pick now. I look for Edgar V. I look for the Raiders. You know what? I look for them since they got Geno Smith. They already got Jacoby Myers. They got Brock Bowers. Hey, for me, I'm gonna either get Ashton Jeanty or I'm gonna get Tech McMillan. Matter of fact, I'll probably get Tech McMillan because this draft is deep for a running back. You can get an excellent running back in the second, third, fourth, even in the fifth round. They still got solid run. This is a deep draft for solid running back. So, Edgar V, if you're a Raiders fan, hey, if it was me, if Tech McMillan there at y'all pick, that's what I'm taking. Even though Ashton Jeanty, I like him, but I feel like he can get you a solid running back third, fourth round, man. So I'll take him with the giddy up. What up with your King y'all Yiddy? Hey, appreciate you coming through, brother. You say you're a Giants fan. I hear you, man. You say go Nation. Let me see. Trey, you say the Raiders drafted Jeanty, my guy. Like I say for me, y'all, I say the Raiders should take Ashton Jeanty wouldn't be a bad pick because they most definitely need a running back. And Tech McMillan, I think if they go with either one of them, it wouldn't be no bad pick, y'all. But my opinion, now you can't go wrong with Ashton Jeanty, Trey. You can't go wrong with him because I like Ashton Jeanty. He most definitely, I think he's gonna be a great running back in the NFL because he don't go down on first contact. He break a lot of tackles. He got good speed to take it to the house at any point in time. I just feel like this is a deep draft for running back, and I feel like you can still get you a good running back in the second, third round because it's like 10 running backs in this draft deep. I like the running back from Tennessee. I like the running back from Iowa. I mean, this is a solid running back. You got the running back Omarion Hampton from North Carolina. You got some solid running backs in the draft, man. Scatterbo. Solid running backs in the draft, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. I like Omarion Hampton. He gonna be solid, man. Big running back. The running back from Iowa, he a big running back with speed. The running back from Tennessee, he a good running back. I even like that running back out of South Carolina. I think the running back out of South Carolina, I think he's going to be a solid running back in the NFL. So that's just my opinion, y'all. You know, the people who Raiders fan, that's just my opinion. If it was me, I would go with Tech McMillan. I think if you team him up with Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, you got Geno Smith. You already know with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll known for fixing teams. He known for fixing teams. He did it at USC. He did it with Seattle. Pretty much had Seattle in the playoffs pretty much every damn year that he was in Seattle. So I ain't got no doubt that he gonna turn the Raiders around. I think he was the perfect coach for that job to turn them around. So yeah, man. Yeah, Daylon Sampson. Yeah, the running back. Yeah, I like him, man. I like him. He's nice. He got breakaway speed. He can take it to the house at any time, man. Most definitely. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna finish playing this, man. And I'm gonna let them go to the next pick. But like I said, I appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me, man. Y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel if y'all like the content. A little bit about my channel if y'all new over here. That's why I got my background like that. I do the whole NFL and I do college football. So if y'all like me, y'all like to talk about, different teams or whatever, you most definitely come to the right spot, man, because we talk about a little bit of everybody over here. So and shit, sometimes we might talk about food, clothes, we might talk about the candy later. We talk about a little bit of everything over here. Music, basketball, boxing, we do it all, man. But here we go.
Havoc, and quarterbacks are going to be in trouble when they play the Cleveland Browns. So you can say, well, take Travis Hunter, corner, wide receiver, but passing on Carter, who is right there with Hunter as 1 and 1A on the top of the board, and you're Cleveland, and you got all these quarterbacks you got to deal with. You can say, well, I got to get a quarterback to match that. How about a pass rusher with Garrett to get after these quarterbacks? Remember when Houston, they had Carr, right? And they took Mario Williams. They didn't take Reggie Bush because they had to deal with Peyton Manning. So teams have always felt like, okay, it's one thing to have the quarterback, but we got to get after these quarterbacks.
I'm going to pause it right quick, y'all. And like I said, one more time, if I were them, this probably be the pick I would go with, Abdul Carter. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, y'all team up Abdul Carter with Myles Garrett. Hey, that is going to be crucial. Crucial. Because like I said, Abdul Carter right now is the closest thing to Micah Parsons. If you got somebody similar to Micah Parsons on your defense along with Myles Garrett, that is a problem. Because now you got to worry about Myles Garrett. Then you got to worry about this guy. Like I said, you can rush him on the outside. He can rush up the middle. He can play off ball. He can do it all, man. So you team him up with Myles Garrett, it is a problem. What up with your bro, man? Appreciate you coming through, Greg. What up with your brother? We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. Here we go, y'all.
Quarterbacks. Abdul Carter is undeniably a great player. You can't argue that point. Okay, that's why I like Ursary a little bit more than people at Minnesota, because Ursary did a pretty good job against Abdul Carter. Other than that, he was unleashed and he was wreaking havoc, and he plays hard every snap, and he plays the run so well, bend, explosive off the edge. Abdul Carter with Myles Garrett in Cleveland is a nightmare. They have not had that. They've had Garrett and not anything else. Now you got Garrett and Carter. That is as good a tandem potentially as you will ever see. I mean, Garrett's unbelievable, Hall of Famer. Carter should be.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Woodboy management, appreciate you coming through, brother. That's what I say, man. Carter is Micah Parsons all day long. I'm telling y'all, man, he can do everything. Y'all look at the tape on him. Y'all look at the film. They move him around all around the front seven, just like they do Micah Parsons for the Cowboys. Y'all know him. Y'all know Micah Parsons. He might rush on the left side. He might rush on the right side. He might rush up the middle. This guy right here, you could do the same exact thing. And like I say, once again, and I'm gonna put it back on play. But like I say, you team him up with Myles Garrett, that is a problem. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a problem.
Field, what are you thinking? 10 to 15 sacks a year in the NFL?
Sure would
8
think
to
so.
12, probably. In that 8 to 12, 12 to 15.
Higher.
You kidding me? Why would you pass on Abdul Carter?
Well, because of Travis Hunter. That's why. That's the only reason. So this sort of reminds me of back in the day, Greeny, when my wife and I were thinking about planning a vacation and we were talking about possible places to go. And we sat there and we debated for a long time between the likes. We were trying to go somewhere warm, and it was like Hawaii versus like the Bahamas or something.
Hey, that is funny though, J49. That is funny though, because hey, he don't too much be right with his picks. That is, hey, you most definitely. That is funny though. He don't be right. Hey, he do about 100 mock drafts before the draft. And when you do the draft, you go back and look at his mock draft. He might out of 30-some picks, he got maybe 1 or 2 right. Yeah, man, you can't never predict. You know what I'm saying? It's all a prediction though. J49, it's all a prediction. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He don't know. Don't none of us know what they're going to do, because, you know, one thing you can't predict in the draft is always going to be that team that's going to draft somebody. You're going to be like, what the hell? Why the hell they draft him? And y'all know last year that team with the Falcons, when the Falcons drafted Michael Penix, and they had just paid Kirk Cousins all that money. I don't know about y'all. When I was looking at the draft, I was like, what the hell are the Falcons doing? You just paid Kirk Cousins $1 trillion. You just gave Kirk Cousins $3 trillion to be your quarterback, and then you just draft a quarterback, top 10 pick. So, you know, it's always gonna be a team that's gonna draft somebody that's gonna be a big question. So, you know, those things like that, you can't never predict it. So, you know, it's gonna be somebody that fall in the draft. It's somebody that fall in the draft all the time. So, hey, things like that, you know, those are unpredicted. Let me see you say Woodboy, because I think you thinking the same way I think. You say Travis Hunter will be an okay corner. I don't think he will be all pro in the NFL. I've been trying to tell people that, Woodboy management, I've been trying to tell people that for the longest. Travis Hunter, the best thing for him to do in the NFL is to be a wide receiver. I'm telling y'all, Will Johnson is the better cornerback. Travis Hunter, the reason why he ranks so high is because he played what he did on both sides of the ball. But if y'all look at what Travis Hunter did, he didn't go against – you never actually got the chance to see him go against a legit receiver. And when he was supposed to go against Tech, when they played Arizona, he was hurt. When he was supposed to go against Tech McMillan, he was hurt. So you didn't get a chance to see him go against the top wide receiver. So that's my thing, y'all. I feel like Travis Hunter, he'll affect the game more at the wide receiver position. He's more explosive at the wide receiver position. That's just my opinion. Some people say he should be a corner, but I don't feel like he's going to be a lockdown corner in the NFL. I think he could be a solid corner, but I think he could be more successful at the wide receiver position because he affects the game more at the wide receiver position, man. That's just my opinion, y'all. You say Texas cornerback is better than him. Let me say, John, you said Woody. I said the same thing, but too much money on the board. You said wide receiver from Stanford, Torch, Colorado. Yeah. Hey, Uptown. And remember this, Uptown, the year before, y'all remember the year before when Colorado State played Colorado. I forgot what that receiver name was for Colorado State, but that boy put up about 200 yards on Travis Hunter on that game. Y'all know that was the game when Coach Prime had just came to the team and the coach for Colorado State said something about prime, and they made that a big thing. And then when they played the game, man, that damn receiver for Colorado State was torching his ass, man. I'm telling you, he had about 200-yard receiving on Colorado that game, man. So let me see what you say. 226 and 2 touchdown, John. Yeah. That man was killing their ass out there, man. Killing their ass. He did. He got hurt. He got hurt because old boy did the cheap shot. But think about it. What's your name? Yo, what's good? Appreciate you coming through, brother. But think about it, yo, what's good? Before he got hurt. Think about it. Before he got hurt, old boy was torching their ass already before he even got hurt. Old boy was on their ass from the giddy up. He was making plays from the get-go before Travis Hunter got hurt, which I think that was messed up the way they did him in that game, man. That was a cheap shot like hell. Dude most definitely cheap shotted him, trying to get him out the game. Because like I say, one thing I can say about Travis Hunter, he most definitely is he a weapon, man. Like I say, I'm not gonna say he's not gonna be a good corner in the NFL. I just think he could be more successful as a wide receiver in the NFL, y'all. I think he'd be more successful at wide receiver. I think he'd be more successful. I think he could have a longer career at wide receiver because wide receivers don't get hit like how they used to. Teams throw the ball more. So by him being explosive after the catch, he can make more money. Hey, shit, endorsements, shoe deals, all that stuff, man. So that's just my opinion. I say let him go to the Patriots and team him up with Drake May and let him be a wide receiver with Drake May. Hey, I guarantee you Drake May gonna throw on the ball. Guarantee Drake May gonna get on the ball. Al Smith, appreciate you coming through, brother. You say they didn't throw to Travis side. No, they did. They didn't try him that much. That's why I say Al Smith. Don't get me wrong, because everybody had the conversation, man. I had this conversation with my buddies all the time, man. Because I got a buddy of mine. He played quarterback in high school and college. I'm an offensive person. I played tight end in offensive college. I'm an offensive minded person. So, me and him go back and forth. He say Travis Hunter, he'll be a better corner in the NFL because he say the same thing you say, Al Smith. He say the same thing. They didn't throw to his side that much, which I agree with you. They didn't try him that much. But I will say this, y'all. It just seemed like to me when I seen Colorado play, and I watched a lot of their games because I was, watch the game, see what he do. If Georgia was on at the same time, of course I'm watching Georgia because I'm a Georgia fan. But if Colorado was playing at a different time, I would definitely watch Colorado games. I want to see, him and Shador. And I like that wide receiver they got. What's his name? Javante, and I like Jimmy Horn. I like the receivers that they got. But anyway, it just seemed like to me, man, he just made more plays at the wide receiver position, y'all. He was more explosive. Now, he had certain plays where he made an incredible interception, like that one interception he had when he dove and caught it on the sideline down about the end zone. That was a nice interception. But if you ask me, man, he made more plays at the wide receiver position. He's very explosive at the wide receiver position, y'all. I think he can have a great career as a wide receiver in the NFL. I think I put it like this. He can have a good career. He can have a good career at corner in the NFL, but I feel like he can have a great career at wide receiver in the NFL. That's how I put it. I don't think he'll be successful at both of them, but I think he'll be more successful at that wide out position, y'all. You say he could be 76 corner, 30% wide receiver. And that's the thing too, Noble OG. That's the thing too. Whatever team he go to, will they let him do that? Because in the NFL, they don't really let you do that in the NFL. The only person I seen they let do that a couple of times with Deion Sanders back when he played with the Cowboys. Sometimes the Cowboys would line Deion Sanders up sometime at wide receiver sometime. But we'll see. We'll see. But I don't think he really gonna get the chance to play both ways like that. He might have like maybe little spurts where they might put him in sometime, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I like that corner from BYU. Yeah, I like him. I also like that cornerback from Iowa State. I like him too. I like that cornerback from Iowa State too. But here we go, y'all. I'm gonna finish playing this. Give me 1 second.
Right? Or the one island in the Caribbean versus the other. And ultimately what ended up happening was my wife got the decision because she, of course, is the boss in the relationship. But the point that I'm making is there's no right or wrong answer, right? Just because I sit here and say, like, I might prefer to go one place versus her, she's going to get what she wants. Just because I believe Travis Hunter merits the number 2 overall pick in the draft. If the Browns take Abdul Carter, my analysis is going to be, bravo, good job. You now have perhaps the best pass rushing duo in the entire NFL. And while it's perhaps a bit reductive to always try to copy what the most recent champion did, what was the strength of Philadelphia in the Super Bowl that, as Mel said, made Patrick Mahomes mediocre for the second time? Or maybe it was more, mortal, whatever Mel said specifically about Mahomes. He wasn't good in the Super Bowl because the pass rush was that good. The second time it's happened in the Super Bowl for Patrick Mahomes. It happened against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well because he was put under duress. So if you're the Cleveland Browns, if you have this pass rush duo, you already have some pieces in the secondary that you like, led by Denzel Ward. You might be able to put 3 of us back there because that pass rush would be getting home so frequently that we would do a good enough job to prevent big plays down the field.
All right, so Abdul Carter is one of the very few players in this class about which there are seemingly no questions. The next pick, if I can say the New York Giants pick is in, certainly does not fit that bill. With the 3rd pick in the 2025 Mel Kiper Mock Draft 3.0, the Giants select Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, Colorado. Mel?
Shedeur going. I had nobody agreeing, and most of the consensus was not as high as I have him. And I got into argument after argument, discussion after discussion about Shedeur Sanders. We talked about all that. I think he's a perfect fit for the New York Giants. Adam Schefter seems to think Cleveland could take him at 2. We'll see about that. But I think when you get to the Giants, you know about trading up. If the Giants want to go from 3 to 1, it's to get Cam Ward. Tennessee would be moving down to 3, and they'd get a heck of a player at 3, right? No question about it. But they wouldn't get the quarterback. So if you're letting somebody get to your spot to get the quarterback that you think you need because you're not sold on Will Levis, if you love Cam Ward, you don't make that move. So you take Ward 1. If Carter goes 2, Shedeur Sanders is sitting there. Are the Giants going to take Travis Hunter? They could. Heck of a player, number 1 on our boards. But who's going to play quarterback in a division with Hurts, Daniels, and Prescott? And the NFC is getting better. They're catching the AFC in terms of great quarterbacks because Caleb's going to be really good, right? Jordan Love's emerged, right? Bryce Young is emerging, right? So all these quarterbacks now, Baker did it in Tampa. Penix Jr., we'll see what he can do. They think he can be really good. So again, I think in the division that they're in, and Eli Manning, Archie Manning, Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders. And I hate this notion. I screamed about it all day yesterday, Greeny, about Shedeur and this circus and all this that they bring. Anything but that. You know what you're bringing? Work ethic, passion, and love of the game, and respect of everybody in that locker room. Deion Sanders had it. Shedeur Sanders has it. So this notion about Shedeur and what type of quarterback and leader he'll be, if anybody questions Shedeur Sanders' leadership ability, they don't know the kid. And they don't know what he did at Jackson State, Colorado, and what Deion did throughout his career, both in Major League Baseball with the Braves and that great career, Hall of Fame career in the NFL. So if I'm picking at 3, Shedeur Sanders is a lock for me. But when you talk to people in the league, and my friends in the league, they don't agree. I can't fight City Hall, right? I can't argue anymore. I can only live.
All right, so right quick, what y'all think about that? Y'all like that pick for the Giants? With y'all agree with that pick? What he say with the Giants with them taking Shedeur at number 3, or y'all think what else he said? Travis Hunter. Y'all agree with that pick at number 3? What's your name? Block Burner. You said the Niners got Matt Jones, not bad. I seen that Block Burner. I think that was a good pickup. I think it was a sneaky pickup, Block Burner. And the reason why I'm gonna tell you that is because you know the 49ers, they'll get them quarterbacks like Matt Jones. And then next thing you know, Brock Purdy, he get hurt, and then Matt Jones come in and then he look good, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna trade Brock Purdy away. And they're going to keep Matt Jones for the low. The same shit they did, the same shit they've been doing for the past couple of years. So I think that's a sneaky Block Burner with them getting Matt Jones, man, because one thing about the 49ers, they losing a lot of talent on defense right now, y'all. They don't lost a lot of people on their defense, but they still pretty much got the guys on offense. They still got George Kittle. They still got McCaffrey. They lost Debo, but I feel like in the draft you can find you a good number 2 receiver. He ain't gonna be able to do what Debo did, but I do believe they can find a good solid number 2 receiver. It'd be interesting to see what they do with Brandon Ayuk. I know it been rumors about they might trade him. I also know Trent Williams. I know they trying to make a decision on Trent Williams, the Pro Bowl left tackle. So yeah, 49ers, they might be in a rebuilding mode, man, because they lost a lot of guys on their defense. They lost their best cornerback. So if you ask me, man, because of the fact that, especially because they lost their doggone star cornerback, the 49ers probably go corner with their first pick because they don't really have a locked corner like they used to. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go cornerback with their first pick, especially if Will Johnson. If Will Johnson still sitting there, 49ers will probably go with him. You see Baylor Bear, appreciate you coming through, brother. You say a circus is a circus. His dad was a generational player. Dude won't be a starter in 3 years. I watched every game at Colorado. And you know what, Baylor? A lot of people say that too, man. Everybody with Shador is either, I say everybody you talk to about Shador, everybody 50-50 with Shador. Some people think because of the lack of his athletic ability, him not being able to escape the pocket, he's gonna have a problem, especially going to the Giants because they got offensive line problems. A lot of people say that. You got some people say, he do got a decent arm, he accurate, he make good decisions with the ball. So with Shador, man, I'm kind of gonna wait and see because I agree with he got to be behind a good offensive line for him to be successful because he not that athletic, y'all. But I do feel like he made good decisions with the ball. He got a decent arm, but that's just my opinion. You say, John, you said, did y'all see video of Ward walking in the room yelling Cleveland? Nah, I didn't see that, John. You say Birdie would get picked up quick. Yeah, he will. Block Burner, you say, who's my team? I'm a Carolina Panther fan, man. I'm a Carolina Panther fan. We still got some stuff we got to do to improve our team. We most definitely got to get an edge rusher. I like what they did with picking up a couple of guys on the defense, but got to get an edge rusher, man. I think they'll be a little better at stopping the run, but you most definitely got to get somebody to affect the passer, man. Shaquille Hall, appreciate you coming through. You say Houston, Texas all day long. Hey, I will tell you this, Shaquille, I hope I pronounced your name right, Shaquille. But if I did, man, I apologize. But Shaquille, the only thing I'm going to say about the Texans, man, that I don't like what they're doing, I like their defense. I like the fact they paid Stingley. I like the fact that they I think if I'm not mistaken, I think they paid the defensive end, the edge rusher, or they talking about paying, but whatever. This is my thing, Shaquille Hall, with the Texans. I feel like CJ Stroud was sacked the third most. Him and Geno Smith was sacked like 54 times, which is the third most in the NFL last year. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, Shaquille, is the fact that they traded away Laremy Tunsil, which Laremy Tunsil is probably one of the best pass blocking offensive tackles in the league. He don't hardly give up no sacks. They gave away Kenyon Green, which Kenyon Green, he okay. The other guard, I think they traded away the other guard too. So I'm looking at it like this, Shaquille. Like, you already know your offensive line got problems. So my thing is, why are you taking away the best part of his offensive line if you already got problems on the offensive line? If my thing is, you need to add to what you got so CJ Stroud can stay upright, because you most definitely don't want your quarterback getting sacked 54 times in the damn season. So that was just my thing, Shaquille. I like what they're doing. I like their defense. I like Nico Collins. I like Joe Mixon. I like Dalton Schultz, the tight end. I will definitely. I hate to see what happened with Tank Dell, because I think Tank Dell was going to be a good receiver. I hate to see Tank Dell hurt his knee like that. We'll see how we'll see how it be when he come back. But they most definitely need to draft another receiver. I know they picked up Christian Kirk, which Christian Kirk, I think that was a good pickup. He a solid Christian Kirk. He a solid receiver who they got from Jacksonville. He a solid receiver. I think he'll be a good combination with Nico Collins. So we'll see what they do. Shake Hall. Maybe in the draft, maybe they might attack that offensive line in the draft. Maybe that might be they vision. Maybe they might be going to attack the offensive line in the draft. Maybe that's what they're doing. But we'll see, man. I just didn't like the fact that he got sacked a lot, and then you take away probably damn near the best left tackle in the league, and give it to the damn Commanders, which that didn't do nothing but make the Commanders better, because they needed a left tackle, and they just helped them by giving them Laramie Tunsil, and then they picked up Debo. Like shit, man, y'all trying to help them. Y'all helping them out here. Y'all helping them. Let me see. You say Andy Dalton better put in work this year. You say I was rooting to see Young finish the year strong. I'm rooting for him. Oh, okay, Baylor Bean. You talking about my team? Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what about my team, Baylor Bean, and I'm gonna be honest about Bryce Young. I'm gonna be honest. I know a lot of people like Bryce Young. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people say he don't have weapons. His first year, his offensive line was horrible, which it was. But I put it like this, Baylor Bean. For me, I'm more of a wait and see guy. So I will say this. I try to be honest in what I see. Now, when he first started the first season, he looked horrible. I didn't know he looked horrible. I think he got a little shook up from getting sacked all them times. But when he did have time in the pocket, he made bad decisions. But one thing I will say, when the coach benched him last year, and then he came back after that, it's kind of like that gave him a wake up. You know how sometimes when you was a kid and you be acting up playing their class, and your damn teacher make that phone call and call your mama, or she sent that note home, and your mama find out you've been acting an ass in class, and then what she do? If your mama tired, she all work, she don't feel like whooping your ass. What she gonna do? She gonna take away that old Nintendo, or back if you around my age, that's the time when you used to like to go outside and play. So anytime I got in trouble, my grandma raised me. So anytime I got in trouble, my grandma knew I like to go outside and play. She knew I go outside and play all damn day. She knew I like to go outside and play. So if I fuck up, if she don't whoop my ass, then she gonna take away. Your ass ain't going outside. You stand in this house. I used to hate that shit. I used to be sitting in the window. That's what used to be back in the day, sitting in the window, singing in the damn fan, and just sit in the window looking at your friends running around out there playing. And they be coming to the door, knocking on the door. Hey, can you come out? Like, nah, I'm on punishment. I can't come out. You be mad as hell up there singing in the fan, and your mama up there holler, boy, get your ass out that damn fan, singing in that fan, and making my light bill sky high. And sit your ass down somewhere. Stop all that rambling in there in that room in there, making my light bill sky high. And close that refrigerator in there. Close that refrigerator in there. Letting all that cold out that refrigerator in there, making my damn light bill sky high. And turn that damn light off in that room when you come out of there. And turn that damn TV off when you come out. If you ain't in there looking at that TV, turn that damn TV off and making my light bill sky high. And start slimming my damn screen, though. Stay in or out. Stay in or out. Gonna air condition the whole neighborhood, making my damn light bill sky high. Yes, sir, Noble G, making my damn light bill sky high. And if y'all grandma would like my grandma, your mama come over there and drop you off on Friday. She be going out on her little date. And where your damn mama at? She drop you off over here on Friday. No, you got to go to that schoolhouse tomorrow. It's Sunday evening. She ain't got back here yet. What is going on around here? What is going on around here? And what you doing over there? Sit your ass down somewhere. rumbling around, running around here, making my damn light bill sky high. And start running all that water in there when you're brushing your teeth. Turn that damn water off in there when you're brushing your teeth in there. You don't need to be running all that water while you're in there brushing your teeth, making my goddamn light bill sky high. And where's your damn mama at? I got a life too. Hey, I supposed to went to service. You know your mama know I got choir rehearsal on Saturdays. You know I got to go to that damn church house on choir rehearsal on Saturday. Running around here making my damn light bill sky high. Go in there in that refrigerator and get me one of them. And my grandma would call it a Budweiser. Go in there and give me one of them damn Budweisers. Give me a cold can of Budweiser. Give me one of them cold Budweisers in there before you make all my damn hair fall out. You're stressing me out. I can't keep my light bill down. You're running up my water bill. I'll be like, dang, man, I'm ready to go home, man. I can't do that over here. Everything I do, make the damn light bill sky high. I can't do nothing over here. Hey, can't do nothing. I sit down on the couch. But get your ass off that couch, messing up my good plastic. I just bought that plastic that I put on that couch. You're messing up my damn plastic. Sit on the damn floor, boy. Why is you sitting on my couch? You know I got that good plastic on that couch. But let me get back on topic, y'all. Oh, man. Yes, sir. Uptown Alley Cat. You already know, brother. You already know. Let me see what you say. Baylor Bean, you say Thompson is on the backside of his career, had a record number of penalties, kind of manipulates the sack number he gave up, lots of false starts and holds. Okay. Well, you know, Baylor Bean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I deny what you say, man, because I try to look at all the teams that I can. But you know, you're a Houston Texans fan, so of course you see more games than I see. So I can't knock you on that, man. I ain't gonna sit here and say last year I seen him play and he did this, he did that. I ain't one of them podcasters. I ain't finna go against you because I seen Houston play some games. Don't get me wrong, but I ain't finna sit here and go against nobody who are fan of their team. And I know I ain't seen as many games as they seen. So of course you're gonna know your team better than I know them. So all I'm going off of is you know, as far as the ratings, you know, as far as the sacks he gave up and stuff like that. So, but the stuff I'm looking at, it don't count for the stuff you're talking about, the false starts, holding, you know, penalties, stuff like that. See, they don't count that stuff. So stuff like that, I don't see that. So that hey, when you look at it like that, Baylor Bean, that might have been why they traded him. Ain't no telling. That it kind of make, now that you say that, it kind of make a little more sense now. Maybe they wanted to let him go and maybe try to go younger in the position, go younger at the position. So, hey, good information, man. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish playing this video right here for y'all, man. I know I've been running my mouth, but y'all give me 1 second.
Listen to what I'm hearing, and that's why I didn't have quarterbacks going 1-2, because I felt like, okay, if everybody's questioning both Ward and Shador going this high, are both of them going to go 1-2? Everybody in the league saying these quarterbacks shouldn't be up there. So that's why I pushed Shador down to 3, and people still think that's too high.
Field, I want to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Because there are really two separate parts of the questioning. I'm not going to call it criticism, the questioning of Shador Sanders. Mel just addressed one of them. The thing with his dad, the thing with his brashness, whatever it is. I agree completely. That's nonsense. It's completely meaningless. You go show me a great quarterback, I'll show you a guy who has belief in himself. However they express it, that's a whole separate point. The other questions are about his size, about his athleticism, and about his arm strength. And those are legitimate things to be asking about a player at this point. Field, how, for the fans who are sort of catching up here, Like, how legitimate are those questions?
They're legitimate. I have him 17th on my big board, which is lower than Mel. I've had him as quarterback, too, throughout much of this pre-draft process. Listen, it's a real question mark. When you watch the football explode from Cam Ward's hands, and then you watch Shedeur Sanders throw right after him, which we did not, but we have reached a new level of quarterback athleticism in the NFL, right? I mean, think about so many of the great quarterbacks, and very few of them are guys who operate most primarily from the pocket. You've got guys that can pocket. He took 42 sacks last year, which was the most in the FBS. Yes, the offensive line was bad. There were some sacks in which I felt as though that Shedeur Sanders could have helped himself out a little bit. All that being said, I want to go back to January 6th of 2025, 2.5 months ago, when the Giants announced they were keeping their head coach Brian Daboll and their general manager Joe Schoen. That said to us that while there's not going to be any change, there is a lot of pressure on those two men this season. The Giants need to make major strides this upcoming year, or they need to have a quarterback that they can show they have the ability to develop and has a bright future in the NFL. If you look at the Giants' schedule, you know the division they play in. They also get to the AFC West, which might be the most competitive in the sport, plus the NFC North, which had 3 teams in the playoffs last year. The Giants are not going to win a lot of games this year. They need to find a quarterback, which would be Shedeur Sanders in this circumstance, that by the end of the year, even if the record is 5-12, you say to yourself, he gives us a beacon of hope. Because absent that beacon of hope, there's going to be wholesale changes at the top for the Giants after this year. So I really believe the New York Giants, even if they sign a quarterback like Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or even Joe Flacco, will do the quarterback double dip and have a plan beyond 2025. And my best guess, that plan is Shedeur Sanders.
Okay, so I think we all are in agreement that is a likely scenario here, but it certainly will generate the most conversation of anything at the very top of this draft. The number 4 pick would not, assuming it goes like this. I have a tweet here from Muka McGonigal, who tweets, "From Pats Nation, thank you, Mel." With the fourth pick in Mel's mock draft 3.0, the Patriots select Travis Hunter, wide receiver and corner, Colorado. Mel, take it.
Yeah, the nightmare for the Patriots would be Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter both gone. They want these quarterbacks to be taken. They want these quarterbacks to go. They want Cam Ward 1. They want Shedeur Sanders at 2 or 3. Because if that happens, they're guaranteed Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter with Drake May as a weapon and a guy, you get the ball in his hands. He is dynamic. He's got the best hand-eye coordination and ball skills of any player I've ever evaluated. Nobody's better than him. He can be really good, but nobody's better in terms of hand-eye coordination, catching the football, ball skills, adjusting to poorly thrown balls that are off target, whatever it may be. When Shedeur was off target, this kid made some miraculous catches. And he's so deceptive with his speed. He glides, but he fools people. Okay, so to me, cornerback as well. You can sprinkle him in on that side of the ball. But obviously for New England with Drake May, he would be offense and then defense when you need him, whether it's big games during the season, playoffs, whatever they get to. That's when you would sprinkle them in at the cornerback side because they got cover guys, right? They got corners, but you need 3 or 4. So you need more than 2 cover men. And Travis Hunter in those situations on the defensive side could be a major asset on defense for the Patriots. But wide receiver being a weapon for Drake May would be his major role.
Yeah, Greeny, you know how you get 10 minutes between each pick in the first round and how oftentimes these teams take at least 7 or 8 of them. I got to guess that the Patriots are going to take about 7 or 8 seconds and then spend the rest of those 2 minutes celebrating if they get Travis Hunter 4th overall. The reality is Mel and I both stated our case for him as the best player in the draft, and it fills a gigantic need. I mean, massive need for the Patriots on their offense right now. Their number 1 wide receiver going into this next season as of right now is who exactly? Is it Mac Hollins, who they signed from Buffalo? Is it Jalen Polk, a guy who I loved in the draft last year who had a forgettable rookie season? Is it Kendrick Bourne? Is it Pop Douglas? The point is, if I said those 4 names and you were not enthusiastic about them, you're not alone. The Patriots need a difference maker on offense. We all think that Drake May is going to become a very, very good player. But find a quarterback who can do it all on his lonesome, and I'll find you a guy who doesn't exist. The Patriots need to surround Drake May with playmakers. And while Travis Hunter will have some reps on defense too, just the wide receiver value alone that he would bring to this team makes it the easiest pick of the entire draft if things go this way.
It'll be fascinating to see the positional decisions that are going to wind up getting made by him and his new team once he goes into the NFL. We'll put that one aside because the 5th pick in Mel's draft is in. Here we go with the number 5 pick in Mel Kiper's mock draft 3.0. The Jacksonville Jaguars select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan. Mel.
Yeah, I think you know what you're getting here. You're getting a kid who, despite the stats, you look at that 3.5 sacks, you say, why is he going this high? Disruption. You talk about quarterbacks getting the ball out so quick. This kid was a factor. He's got that wrestling mentality Mason Graham does. Tremendously consistent, reliable player. And for Jacksonville, that's their big problem, was the defensive tackle spot. Another Mason Smith, they hope he emerges as well. They could go Tyler Warren, tight end out of Penn State, if they wanted to help, Trevor Lawrence and get that weapon that you can move all over the field and great with the ball in his hands. But Mason Graham for need and for, I think, a safe, we talk about safe picks. You know exactly what you're getting. Mason Graham, what do you say? Turn on the tape. Watch me, and you'll see why I should be a top 5 pick.
Yeah, Greeny, we are in this moment right now after the Super Bowl in which a lot of people are very acutely aware of the value of defensive tackles, right? Milton Williams gets a $104 million contract from the Patriots. The largest contract in the history of a franchise that had the greatest player of all time on its roster for 20 years in Tom Brady. On top of that, Jalen Carter, everybody knows how great he is right now. Trivia, how many sacks did Jalen Carter have? And I'll give you the 4 playoff games as well. In 21 games, Jalen Carter had 6.5 sacks. Okay, the number's fine. It's not eye-popping, though, by any stretch. So if you're worried about a defensive tackle sack production, if you take him 5th overall, you're looking at the wrong stuff. I thought Mason Graham is a no-doubter, no-brainer, no-weakness player. I'm not concerned by the modest arm length for Mason Graham, the 296 pounds weight that he had at the Combine. I think he cut weight for the Combine, even though he didn't work out. This kid was dominant on film, not just as a pass rusher, but also as a run stuffer. And the way that his motor ran for 3 years from the day he walked onto campus amongst the defense that was filled with future NFL players, to me, stood out from start to finish at Michigan. Not overthinking it. Jacksonville, congratulations. You got yourself a great player.
All right, so that one feels like a no-brainer. The next one is going to get a lot of attention. The pick is in at number 6. And with that pick in Mel's mock draft 3.0, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Jeanty, running back, Boise State. Mel.
Yeah, it's a value running back because he's graded very high on the big board. You talk about where he is right now. For me, he's at 4, right? Mason Graham's at 3. Abdul Carter's at 2. Travis Hunter's 1. The quarterbacks follow. Ashton Jeanty is explosive. We know about how aggressive a runner he is. Know how he can break tackles and keep on rolling. He can catch the ball and he'll block. So for the Las Vegas Raiders, you have Geno. You got Bowers last year. Now you help Geno Smith, and Pete Carroll has had running backs when he was in Seattle, right? So, again, you talk about what Jeanty could mean. If you say, hey, Kiper says don't take a running back, that's just the philosophy. On value, he deserves to be this high. Now, you can say, hey, everybody's buying into Kiper's philosophy that they all laughed at 20 years ago. Well, if that's the case, then he drops. The Bears at 10 could certainly use him. You go to Denver right around 20. They could certainly use him. So he's not going to fall out of the first round. And this spot, I just felt like when they got the quarterback, when I did the other mock before us, I thought it was going to be Sam Darnold. Right? That's why they would take Jeanty, right? Not take the quarterback. Well, now they got Geno, Sam Darnold in Seattle, and now for Geno, you get Jeanty to help out Geno, and that's what Pete Carroll, I think, wants to do.
Yeah, let's be clear. The Raiders are going to draft the running back high in this year's class. Look at the depth chart right now. It's Raheem Mostert and Zamir White, Dylan Lobby, who they drafted last year in the 6th round out of New Hampshire, Sincere McCormick, who got hurt late in the season. Like, the point is, they don't have a guy right now. They don't have a guy that if they played a game tomorrow, they could rely upon. I have no issue with taking Ashton Jeanty this high. He's the 4th-rated player on my big board. I get it. If he slides a few spots because of the positional value, I understand that. But Mel brought up an interesting point yesterday, Green, that I wanted to bring to the forefront. If he wants to take it away from here, he certainly can. You know, for those that say no position has shown a more translatable skill set to the NFL than running back. Every year we've got guys that as rookies make a major mark. Guys in the 4th round like Bucky Irving last year. So it's a thoughtful debate. But if you believe strongly enough in this player, which I think everybody in the Raiders draft room will, and I think all of us in this show and anybody who watched college football will, then Ashton Jeanty has a real shot to totally change the complexion of the Raiders offense next year and has the clearest path of any draft prospect to be a Pro Bowl player in year one, Mel.
It would be a very interesting early pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year if that was something that you,
yeah. I'm no Joe Fortenbaugh, but yes.
Exactly. Run over to ESPN Bet and see if you can find that one. Okay, let's go to number 7 as Greeny leans forward in his chair a little more closely. Mel, with the 7th pick in your mock draft 3.0, the New York Jets select Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State. Talk to me.
Well, they didn't get Brock Bowers last year, Greeny, and now Tyler Warren comes to the Jets.
Hold on one quick minute. What up with you, Rashard, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. You said the Eagles winning again. Hey, they most definitely got a good shot. As long as they got that offensive line and they got that old Saquon Barkley, a.k.a. Green Goblin, in the backfield, and that defense, they most definitely. And and Rashard, they got next year, 2026, man, they got about 100 damn picks next year with all them damn comp picks they got. Man, they got 100 damn picks. But I appreciate you coming through, Rashard, man. Let me catch up on some of y'all comments right quick, and then I'll finish playing this. Mock draft, y'all, right quick. Trey, what up with you, man? You say there it is. Pats need O-line, receiver ASAP, but Hunter is the best player available. Gonzalez already proven lockdown corner. Place Hunter opposite side. Come on, man. Hey, either way you do it, Trey, whether you put him at the cornerback position or you put him at the wide receiver position, he gonna be straight at either one, man. Like I always say, y'all, I believe he will be a better wide receiver in the NFL, but I think he'll be successful at either one. I just think he'll be a little bit more successful at wide receiver. I think he make more explosive plays at wide receiver, but he will definitely be a great combination with Gonzalez. Trey, appreciate you coming through, brother. And you right about that, Noble OG. Doug Martin was a good running back, but he most definitely didn't last that long. But here we go, y'all. I'm gonna finish playing this right quick. Give me 1 second.
Jets, and you have a dual threat quarterback in Justin Fields. Now you get a multi-threat player in Tyler Warren. I call them fear factor players because you don't know where they're going to line up. And with the ball in his hands, he's great. He caught a ball off of Lathan Ranson's shoulder at Ohio State. You look at Tyler Warren, what he did in high school, basketball, quarterback, what he did at Penn State this year, how creative they were in getting him the ball, putting him in the Wildcat, doing all those things. Now with Fields teamed with Warren, defensive coordinators are going to have some restless nights, sleepless nights, right? Thinking about these two together. And then think about with Garrett Wilson there with Justin Fields now, and you add a Tyler Warren. Like I said, they didn't get Bowers last year. They got the offensive tackle. So now you go to another Penn State Nittany Lion. So back-to-back years, first-round pick, tackle. I call him just a receiving entity is what we called Bowers. Let's call Tyler Warren just a offensive entity because you can move him around and, like I said, creatively get him involved heavily and give defenses a lot to worry about.
This is the only thing that I will say, and we talked about this a ton last year, and you might say that after last year it looks ridiculous, but I think it's part of the calculation that NFL teams have when considering a player like a tight end this high, is if Tyler Warren becomes one of the 5 best tight ends in the NFL versus a potential offensive lineman like Armand Membu, who I had in my rapid-fire top 10 last week. The pay discrepancy may show you that a team would value a player reaching the peak of his position a lot more if it was a guy who either protects the quarterback or rushes the quarterback, as opposed to a tight end who the highest paid tight end ever is at like $17 million per year, which of course is astronomically good money, but relative to, wide receivers are at 40 plus, pass rushers at 40 million now, quarterbacks at 60 million now. So the point, I have no real issue with Tyler Warren at this pick. If we see Tyler Warren move closer to like the 10 or the 12 or the 15 range, my suspicion, Greeny, is that the push behind that drop would be more just positional value, nothing to do with this prospect, because he more than doubled his career production last year alone in terms of catches and receiving yards. Take all 3 of his first years at Penn State, multiply them by 2, and then add even more, and you get up to his 104 catches for 1,233 yards, a ridiculous final year for him.
He's a terrific player. There's no question about it. I agree taking a tight end there, but Brock Bowers, terrific, wasn't drafted that much later than this a year ago, so we'll see where that winds up going. Mel, the next pick is in. With the 8th pick in Mel Kiper's mock draft 3.0, the Carolina Panthers select Jalen Walker, linebacker, and for the Georgia Bulldogs. I love an off-the-ball linebacker, I have to admit, and he can rush the passer. That there was going to be a pick in this mock that was going to set the internet on fire. And this was that pick. With the 9th pick in the 2025 Mel Mock 3.0, the New Orleans Saints select Jackson Dart, quarterback, Ole Miss. Mel, talk to me.
People say, why Jackson Dart? I say, why not? Okay, why not? Because he has the skill set. He's 6'3", 220 plus. 6'2", 220 plus. He can run. He's an aggressive.
And this one thing I wanted to ask y'all about, y'all. What y'all think about this pick, what he said right here as far as Jackson Dart going to the Saints? I know a couple of Saints fans, man, and I know they don't feel too happy with Derek Carr, and they not too impressed with the backup quarterback. What's his name? Stritter, whatever his name is. But they're not too improved. They're not too impressed with the backup quarterback. So I actually don't think this would be a bad move if they went with Jackson Dart, man. Because like I say, they don't feel too secure with David Carr. So what y'all think about that, man? Do y'all like that pick? Rattler, that's his name, Mick Swagger. What up, Mick Swagger? That's it. Yeah, Rattler. Yeah, that's his name. Spencer Rattler. Yeah, appreciate that, Noble G. Yeah, I know some of the Saints fans, they're not too impressed with him. And some of them, they ain't too high on Derek Carr. So a lot of Saints fans, they kind of want to carry Derek Carr out of there. So I actually don't think that's a bad pick for the Saints if they get Jackson Dart, man. Like I told y'all before, I actually like Jackson Dart a little better than Shedeur. Just my opinion. Y'all might disagree. Y'all might say, man, Big Ty, what the hell are you talking about? But I kind of like him a little better than Shedeur, man. And you say Jackson Dart seems like a legit choice. Yeah, I don't think I think he's gonna be all right in the NFL, man. If you give some people to throw to, give him a little time in the pocket, I think he'll be all right. Let me see. Rattler isn't bad. Let me see. Rattler isn't bad. He has some potential. You say Dart in the first round may be a reach. They could probably get Dart in the second round. I like him better than Sanders as well. Yeah, man, I like him. Hey, I'm gonna throw another one. Out there. Mick Swagger, Baylor Bear and John, Noble OG, and Trey. I'm gonna throw something else out there at y'all. I'm gonna tell you somebody else that I think is just as good as Shedeur, or he might be a little bit better yet. Now, y'all tell me y'all opinion on this. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it. I just want to hear y'all opinion. See if y'all might be thinking a little bit like how I'm thinking. Now, y'all check this out. Y'all know Will Howard, the quarterback from Ohio State. Y'all know he had a pretty solid year this year. He did a great job in the college playoffs. Hey, I think if you look at Will Howard play and you look at Shedeur play, I don't see too much of a difference. And I actually see Will Howard, he's a little bit more athletic than Shedeur. But I think everything Shedeur do, I think Will Howard do it just as good. That's just my opinion. Hey, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if I'm crazy as hell. If I need a straight jacket, do I need a crazy check? Or do y'all kind of do y'all agree with my opinion? Or y'all think I'm tripping? Let me see what you say, John. You say you'll take Shedeur over him. Okay. I just was looking at him, man, especially you say he decent though. Okay. I was just looking at him, John, in the college playoff, man. I was just looking at him play, and he was pretty accurate with the ball. Even though he did have some hellified weapons, y'all. Hey, you can't deny them damn weapons that he had. You can't deny them damn weapons he had. Hey, John, you say who you get your weed from? You say I'm smoking that good stuff, John. Then you smoking that good stuff. Hey, John, like on I don't know if you ever seen that what movie was that? Was that Don't Be a Menace? I think that was either Don't Be a Menace or that was Scary Movies with the Wayans brothers. When old boy had those smoked the weed and then he had to fell out on the floor like he was having a seizure. They looked at each other. They said, "Oh yeah, pass that." Hey, John, they said, "Yeah, pass that shit." Old boy was on the floor, boy was on the floor having a seizure, spitting up and everything, man. Smoking that old good stuff, John. Let me see what you say. You say I'm not crazy about it either. I like Cam and Dart. Block, but you said best quarterback, Montana, right? Trey, you said Dart ain't making it to the second round, boys. Stop it. John said, "Come on now, you know I don't miss no movies." Yes, sir, John. I think that was either Don't Be a Menace or either on Scary Movie with the Wayans brothers, John. They were one of them. I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been Don't Be a Menace, but that shit was funny as hell, though. Let me see, Block Butter. You said that was Don't Be a Menace to Society. Okay. Yeah. That's one of my most favorite comedy movies, y'all. That Don't Be a Menace is funny to me, man. That shit is funny to me, man. That shit was funny to me when old boy went to jail and old boy was in there frying bacon. he had to went to jail. He was in there frying bacon. And then old boy was on the front porch. He was talking all that trash. Then his mama came outside. Old Esther from Sanford and Son. She came outside. He said, "Mama, the game needs me." She said, "Boy, if you don't get your ass in here, you're gonna have on 3 shoes, 2 on your feet, and 1 in your ass." Your ass in this house. Yeah, Big Swagger. Swine, my brother. And you know what he told him? You know what he told him when they left up out of there, y'all? Yeah, no, but hey, you just took the word right out my mouth. No, I was just finna say that. Hey, just remember, my brother, red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. 3,000. Oops, out of time. My bacon smelling fine. Oh yeah. Hey, yeah, when he was reading, he supposed to be reading the bedtime story, Big Swagger. He gonna read the bedtime story. Yeah, man, that's one of my most favorite movies, man. I don't care what nobody say. That Don't Be a Menace is hilarious. That joke is too funny to me. Hey, that joke funny to me when he went in that I know I'm off topic, man, but hey, fuck it. Hey, but I like the part of the movie, y'all, when he went in there and filled out the application. He said he filled out the application. He saw the part that say salary. He said salary $3 million. $3 million. Well, what the? He said, can you drive? You got a license? He said, with the boot or without the boot? He said, it don't matter. Hey, they had no major boy crash dummy. He's sitting in the car. He said, "Hey, what a seatbelt at?" He said, "Oh, you don't need one." He said, "You don't need one." Man, what a seatbelt at? Let me see what you say. Nova OG, you say, "Happy birthday, homie." Yeah, who, me? Yeah, you. Happy birthday, homie. Oh, yeah. Hey, that's a classic, man. That's a classic. Hey, what about when he walk in the store? Every time somebody walk in the store, the doorbell ring, the little bell ring, nigga. Every time somebody walk in the store, nigga. Hey, old girl was chasing them all around the store. Hurry up and buy. He had to open up the freezer. She was in there shaking. Hurry up and buy. Oh, man. Man, that's a classic, man. I don't care what nobody say. That is a classic. That is a classic. Especially with what old girl name with all the kids. What her name was? Dashiki? Was it Dashiki? Yeah. Wayans family. Hey, classic, man. All In Living Color. All the scary movies. All this stuff, man. Classic, man. All the movie classic. Even back in the day with Mo Money. I don't know if y'all remember that movie Mo Money back in the day. All the movie classics, man. All our classics. Classics. But all right, y'all. Like I say, y'all like the content, most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the likes. Like I say, y'all know how we do over here, man. If y'all new to the channel, as y'all see, I'm a big movie guy, especially when it comes to comedy movies. Hey, we do it all over here, man. As you know, I do the whole NFL, college football. Like I say, we'll be talking about sports. That thing, we talk about movies. That thing, we talk about old shit. We might one day we was on here talking about wrestling. We'd be talking about video games. It just depends, man. We talk a little bit about everything, man. I like to communicate y'all with y'all comments, man. So, hey, if y'all like that, most definitely subscribe to the channel, because that's how we do it over here each and every show. We're going to laugh, have a good time. We're going to talk sports. And shit, if we turn off a little bit and talk about something else, it's all good. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit, man. Let me see what you say. Black Icons, hands down, yeah. Wayne's Brother TV show too. Yeah. I used to love that show. Especially when old boy he up old lady across the street, she ended up getting hit by the bus on the intro. Yeah. We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. Yes, sir. I used to love that Wayne brother too. But y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm gonna finish playing this for y'all. Give me 1 second. Like I say, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me, man.
Runner. He's an athletic, fast runner. With his legs, he was outstanding. 1,500 rushing yards the last 3 years, 11 rushing touchdowns. The completion percentage kept climbing to nearly 70% this past year with 29 touchdowns and only 6 picks. Only threw 5 picks the year prior to that. He improved from 11 when he was a young quarterback there. So everything's pointing in the right direction. He's a competitive kid. He wants to be great. He has all the skills you want. He made a throw rolling left this year, which was remarkable. Against his body, 25, 30 yards down the field, on a rope. You thought about Danny Dimes. Jackson throws darts, and he can do that. And he doesn't have the howitzer, and he's got to learn to layer the ball. Young quarterbacks have to learn to layer the ball, okay? Not be as flat with the throws. He'll get that. They have a quarterback, Carr, that's been there, right? Veteran. That's the bridge. That's the guy who's going to get you to Dart. Dart may take a little time. RPOs, you're on RPOs in the NFL. We don't get Mahomes. So for me, Jackson Dart, yeah, he's 18 on my board. Is it a little high for me? But he's solidly QB3. He's been QB3 pretty much all year for me. If you're a new head coach and you're Kellen Moore, former quarterback, right? And you can handpick your guy. And we're even saying, could Dart go ahead of Shador? Is Dart rated ahead of Shador by some? You got to look at Jackson Dart at 9. I had the same people saying it's a little too high for Dart. They were saying it's a little too high for Bo Nix. And I got off of it in Mach 4.0, and I am not. I have written that, hey, I might be wrong. You can be wrong on anything you say. I like people say, I could be wrong. No kidding, you could be wrong, you idiot. Anybody could be wrong. But Jackson Dart at 9 is not changing on Mach 4.0 unless something happens crazy. He is going to be stuck at New Orleans. And when that picks up, Greeny, you're going to look at me and say, let's see if Dart's the pick. And it'll be a lot of fun to see if he is. Because if Kellen Moore loves him, take him.
All right, so some of the disagreement that Mel is referring to came from @Terrence Taplin, who tweets, the Saints drafted a talented young quarterback last year. He's talking about Spencer Rattler. Yep. Plus, they restructured Carr's contract to fit this year. So no way, he believes, the Saints draft a QB in round 1. They'll get T-Mac or an edge. Field, what do you think?
All right, so Terrence, I'm not as convinced that they're going to take Jackson Dart number 9th overall as Mel is. But by the way, I'm already planning this. In NBA locker rooms after a regular season win, when someone accomplishes something notable, they spray them with water bottles. We save the champagne for the playoffs. I'm storming the set and spraying Mel with a water bottle if they go Jackson Dart at number 9 overall. That being said, I don't think the quarterback investment on this roster, Derek Carr going into his final season with New Orleans, and Spencer Rattler, a 5th-round pick last year, who had some moments last year, but certainly not enough for me to feel like this guy has an unequivocal chance to start going forward. Neither of those things are factors into why New Orleans should not or will not take a quarterback at number 9 overall. I think you have to either commit to it or be prepared to lose the player because you're not getting him in the second round. You simply aren't getting Jackson Dart with the Saints' second-round pick. The calculation, Mel and I talked about this yesterday, and Adam Schefter brought up how the Broncos consider doing a similar thing to this, which is maybe a perfect world is this, Greeny. You move from 9 to 15. You get some extra draft capital, and then you take Jackson Dart at 15. Mel's counter, I already know what it is fair, but it's a little rich for me. I've also accepted the quarterback tax is real. And Mel getting Jackson Dart up to number 18 on the big board did capture my attention as well, Mel. I'm interested in this part of the equation.
Yeah, let me just say this, too. Just the tag what you were saying about this whole quarterback thing. I didn't know this till yesterday. And the amazing Laura Rutledge, okay? The great Laura Rutledge was doing NFL Live with us, right, yesterday. And I didn't know this when I did it. Okay, I didn't factor this in at all. And Laura spoke about it and had it up on a graphic. The last time New Orleans took a quarterback was 1971. It was Archie Manning out of Ole Miss. I said, wow, Ole Miss, that's Jackson Dart, right? All right, so you go 1971 to 2025. Saints haven't taken a quarterback, and they go back to Ole Miss, and they get Jackson Dart. So thanks, Laura. You made me a little exclamation point. Now, hey, I might be sitting there, and there may be no champagne coming my way, except Greeny looking at me. Okay, where's Jackson Dart going now? He's not going to the Saints. They took somebody else. Okay, we'll see how that goes. But maybe the Rams will be happy because the Rams are sitting there. I think that would be – I almost gave him to the Rams, but I bumped them up to the Saints. So Jackson Dart, hey, I will say this, Greeny. He's a lock first rounder. I'll say that right now.
I was getting all the hate when I said it last couple months ago, but that's okay. We'll save that for a different conversation.
No, you signed to the wrong team, Phil.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, gosh. Now I'm getting the wrong team argument. He's going.
By the way, Mel, we had this trivia question on Get Up yesterday after you came on with this pick. The New Orleans Saints, not only is Archie Manning the last quarterback they took number in the first round, he's the only quarterback they've ever taken in the first round. There's only one other team that has only ever taken one quarterback in round one. Mel, do you know which team it is?
Is it
he hates
Seahawks?
trivia. You know he hates trivia. We were thinking Seahawks. It is not Seahawks.
Ooh, wow. Oh, God.
The Seahawks took Rick
they had
Meyer.
Dan McGuire and Rick Meyer, I believe.
Dan McGuire, correct.
Dan McGuire.
Those are the two. Yeah, and Mel on his delay, he would have had that immediately.
Is it the Jets or the Browns?
It is most definite. The Jets have taken two first-round quarterbacks in the last 15 minutes.
That's a joke. That's a joke. Yes.
The answer, and the one quarterback they took is in the Hall of Fame. And here's a clue that'll give it away. He's also the lead analyst on Monday Night Football.
Wow, the Cowboys are the only. Wow, is that right?
Wow.
One.
Troy Aikman is the only quarterback the Dallas Cowboys have ever selected in the first round. Those are the two franchises for you right there. So it's fascinating. Do I have time for one more quick question on this, and then we'll get to the 10th pick? Mel, I just read everything I can read. I'm not an analyst. I'm not a scout. I don't know anything about anything except that I feel my job as the host of the draft is to try and accumulate as much of what people are saying out there as I possibly can and then distill it. There are people in this world who believe that when all is said and done, Jackson Dart will be the second quarterback selected in this draft. How startling would that be to you, Mel, if that's what winds up happening?
I've learned to never be shocked by anything. And never.
Okay, y'all, one quick thing. I wanted to get y'all opinion on that, what he just said about a lot of people saying rumors and stuff like that that makes that Jackson Dart might be the second quarterback taken instead of Shador. What y'all think about that, man? I think I don't know, man. I don't know about that, man. Mel Kiper might be reaching on that. I don't know, man. He might be reaching on that one, y'all. Yeah. What's your name? 31 Beats. Appreciate you coming through, man. You say for dope beats, check out my channel. Be blessed, everyone. Hey, 31 Beats. Hey, one thing about me, man. Anybody got a channel, whatever. Hey, I try to if you want to, 31 Beats, if you still in here, man, put the name of your channel in the chat, man, and I'll read it out. If everybody don't see it, I'll read it out. I'll shout your channel out, man. Me, I'm the type of person over here, man. I try to, if you got a channel, you got a small channel or whatever. I know my channel ain't big, but I try to do my part, man. You know, if you got a channel you want to shout it out, I'm gonna definitely shout your channel out. 31 Beats if you're still in here. So put your channel in the chat, man. I'll shout it out. It's all good. Shoot, because I know when I was starting up, man, it's a couple other guys channel I go on to, man, and they let me come on and shout my channel out, man. So shit, I'm gonna do the same thing with my channel. Like I said, I know I ain't got a real big channel, but hey, put your shit in the chat, man. I'll shout it out, man. See, you know, never know. You might get some folks over there. You never know. Renaissance. You say I'm gonna get you sucker. Yeah, I'm gonna get you sucker with funny too, man. That I'm gonna get you sucker with funny as hell, man. Hey, that shit was funny as hell every time. They be upstairs. Old boy say, hey, every time you tell them you got to get out, either you go out the window or you can go down the steps. That thing, you know, you see their ass rolling down them steps. You either go out the window or you can go out down them steps. And your boy old Kung Fu Joe, he out there with the karate suit on. Out there thought he about to say they done shot the shit out of Kung Fu Joe out there. They'll shot Kung Fu Joe so much, his body was smoking. Hey, old boy say, Kung Fu Joe over there with some nunchucks or whatever, trying to do some karate. Old boy say he got a gun. They shot the shit out of Kung Fu Joe. Oh, I'm gonna get you, sucker. Hey, when he came out of there, all his clothes were ripped up. He was smoking. His whole body was smoking. He said, they got me. They got me. Oh, shit, man. That is too funny, man. Let me just say, Uptown Alley Cat, you say that's insane. They've been building up dark stock off season. All off season. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's why I say, man, you know, every year they push who they want to push, man. They push whatever quarterback they want to push, they're going to push them, man. Every time. Every time. They're going to push who they want to push. But, yeah, I just wanted to get y'all opinion on that, man. You know, with him saying, you know, a lot of people saying, you know, it could be a possibility where Jackson Dart might go in front of Shedeur, which I think, even though I think Jackson Dart, I think he's solid, but I wouldn't draft him in front of Shedeur. Even though Shedeur, he doesn't have the athletic ability that a lot of these quarterbacks got as far as being able to escape and run. But one thing you can't say about Shedeur, he's pretty accurate with the ball. He make good decisions. And actually, y'all, for the offensive line that he played behind, he actually pretty good under pressure. He actually made a lot of good throws with him being pressured in the pocket, almost about to be sacked. You know, sometimes running around like he back there playing two-hand touch, trying to get away, and still able to throw the ball accurately and complete passes. So I'm gonna definitely want to take Jackson Dart ahead of Shedeur, y'all. I just wanted to get y'all opinion on that. But here we go, man. I'm gonna play the last little bit of this. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'll play the last little bit of this. And like I said, man, if you're new to the channel, y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. And double tap that screen for the likes. For the Lizzites. Lenny Marley, appreciate you coming through, man. You said who y'all talking about. Well, what I was talking about, Lenny, we was going through Mel Kiper's updated mock draft, and they just made the comment of saying that it's a lot of people. He said he just went through the comment and said it's some people out there that think Jackson Dart will get drafted before Shedeur. And basically what I was doing, just asking y'all opinion, what y'all think about that. Did y'all agree with that or y'all disagree as far as what he said? That it's people out there saying that Jackson Dart might go before Shedeur, which I think that would be crazy as hell. But let me see. You say you're a Bears fan. You say who they got my Bears taking at 10. Matter of fact, you right on time, Lenny, because that's the pick they finna do next. They just did the number 9 pick with the Saints, which Mel Kiper say the Saints gonna take Jackson Dart. So you right on time, Lenny. They about to do the Chicago Bears next, which if you ask me, Lenny, because of what Ben Johnson done did with their offensive line, they got a Pro Bowl center from the Falcons. They got 2 guards, Joe Thuney and Josh Jackson, both of those Pro Bowl guys. So they most definitely done locked up the interior of the offensive line. Because Caleb Williams was the most sacked quarterback. If you ask me, Lenny, I say they should draft the best offensive tackle in the draft at number 10 to help shore up that offensive line. And that way, Caleb Williams, you can really see what you got in him when he got time to sit back there and throw. I think Ben Johnson is the perfect head coach for Caleb Williams. You see what he did with Jared Allen out there with Detroit. So I think he's gonna do a good job with Chicago, man. I think that division gonna be hell for years to come. Because Detroit young, they ain't going nowhere. Green Bay, they young, they ain't going nowhere. Minnesota, they young, they ain't going nowhere, depending on how J.J. McCarthy turn out. And the Bears, I think the Bears gonna be right there knocking on the door, man. They already got a good defense. I like the move they did with the greater Jarrett at the defensive tackle position. I still think they need to get another edge rusher to go along with Sweat. So I feel like once they shore up the offensive line, I think they need to get another running back to go with Swift. And I think they need to get a slot receiver to replace Keenan Allen. I think Romeo Odunze going to be all right. I like DJ Moore. I like Cole Kmet. So I feel like they can get a good slot receiver in this draft. Maybe somebody like Restrepo from Miami. I think Restrepo going to be a great slot receiver in the NFL, y'all. Let me see what you say, Lenny. You say trade down or draft left tackle Campbell from that's who I'm talking about, Lenny. That's what I'm talking about, Lenny. Draft the left tackle from LSU because y'all need a left tackle. Y'all need a left tackle, and the guy from LSU is the best one in this draft. I like him. Very good on his feet. So here we go. You right on time, Lenny. I'm finna play this. This is the last pick because he only did the top 10 mock draft. So I'm about to play. He about to do Chicago now. So give me 1 second.
Never say anything's crazy. There's a lot of people thinking Shador's going to slide. I get that. Jackson Dart's rising. Shador, who knows, sliding. And I said this all week too, Greeny and Field. If you slide in your Shador, don't worry about it. I did the research. 6 of the 8 quarterbacks that were super highly rated in mocks or in terms of ratings, they slid. And there were names like Aaron Rodgers and Chad Pennington and a Brett Favre and a Boomer Esiason and even Geno Smith for that matter, right? The list goes on. 6 of the 8 hit. The 2 that didn't were Notre Dame quarterbacks, Jimmy Clausen and Brady Quinn. So overall, sliding quarterbacks have done really well. Okay. Aaron Rodgers was projected number 1 3 weeks before the draft and slid to 24 to Green Bay. How'd that work out? So for Shador, he played a little sliding quarterback. The NFL got it right on the sliding quarterbacks. No, they didn't. 6 out of the 8 hit.
They never have and they never will. My last thing that I'll say, it only takes one team, right? If 31 teams prefer Shador Sanders to Jackson Dart, but one doesn't, and that team has the earliest pick, Jackson Dart can go ahead of Shador Sanders.
Yes, that's the thing. Is sometimes
by the way,
yeah. Go ahead, Mel.
The other quarterback that slid was Dan Marino back in 1983. He was the 6th quarterback taken in the 83 draft. A quarterback from Cal Davis, Ken O'Brien, went ahead of him. Tony Eason went in the middle of the first round ahead of him. We had 3 Hall of Famers. Marino, Kelly, and Elway went number 1. Elway, the highest player ever for me on the board. Highest rated player ever was John Elway. But I think when you look at those quarterbacks that slid, they have done, like I said, I gave you the names. If Shador does slide, so be it.
I agree with you completely. Obviously, I remember Ken O'Brien over Dan Marino extraordinarily well, and as I do quite a few of the others that you talk about. Okay, last one here. We're going to do the top 10 picks in this Mel mock, and you heard the
Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. God dog it. Let me see. What the hell going on? Hold on.
Mel mock, and you heard the chime with the 10th pick is in. It's the Chicago Bears, and according to Mel, they select Michael Williams, linebacker, Georgia. Mel.
Some think this is a little high for Michael Williams. He had the ankle injury early on. Wasn't the same player that he will be in the NFL. He needs to be.
Now, for me, y'all, this is not a bad pick because, like I say, they need another edge rusher to go with Sweat. But if it's my opinion, because this draft is deep, is this a deep draft for edge rushers? My opinion, I would have got the left tackle, like what I was talking with Lennon. I would have got the left tackle. Yeah, Lennon. I don't agree with Mel Kiper on that one, man. Even though, I think Michael Williams, I think he's gonna be a good player. You know, he wouldn't be a bad combination coming out the edge with Sweat, but I just think for Chicago, because they gave up the most sacks last year, they don't solidify the interior of the offensive line. You most definitely, if you can get you a good left tackle for the future, hey, this their opportunity to get it. I feel like he's the best left tackle in the draft. That's who they need to get, Lenny. So this pick right here, I don't agree with Mel Kiper, but I feel like they can still get them a solid edge rusher in the second round. But like I say, this is a deep draft for edge rushers. It's a deep draft for running backs. So they most definitely can get a solid, still a very good solid edge rusher in the second round, man. Most definitely. Let me see what you say, John. You say off subject. Did anyone see the short about the domino worker using a technique to save dollars on Ubers? No, I ain't seen that, John. I ain't seen that. Hold on, John. Let me see if I can find that shit. Hold on. Give me 1 second, John. You said it's a Uber. You said it's a short domino worker using a technique to save money on Uber. I'm gonna see if I can find that, John. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that shit. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Trying to see if I can find this. What John talking about? Hold on 1 second. Let me see right quick, John. You said it's a short. Hold on. Who is it? Who on? Let me see how to make more. All the ones I'm saying, John, I must have typed in the wrong shit. Now I don't see it, John. I'll try to see if I can find it. I don't see it though. But it's all good. It's all good. You said his Uber was $33, so he ordered a pizza for $12 from his location and tipped the driver $5 for a ride home. Oh, okay, I got it. Hey, that's wild right there, John. That's wild. Yeah, that's wild right there. Most definitely, man. Hey, but shoot, man. One thing I want to share with y'all right quick before I get up out of here, man. Give me 1 second. But like I say, with this pick right here for Chicago, and I know you don't want to hear that shit, Lenny. I know him at number 10. I don't think I would have did that at number 10. Now, Lenny, if they do what you was talking about trading back, now if they trade back, then that wouldn't be a bad pick. But for what they need, especially with Caleb Williams being sacked like 60-some times, most in the NFL, if you can get the top offensive tackle, especially it's a left tackle, if you can get the top offensive tackle in the draft to solidify that offensive line, you got to, man. Oh, yeah, John, my bad. Yeah. Hold on, John. Hold on. Let me get the link to my other channel, y'all. If y'all basketball fan, I'm glad you said that, John. And you know what, John? I was just going to bring up the bracket for the NCAA tournament because I was just going to ask y'all which one of y'all brackets is already fucked up like mine. Because Clemson done messed me up. Clemson done messed me up already. But give me 1 second, John. I'm going to get this link right here for my other channel. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm going to finish playing this right quick while I get that link for my other channel right quick. Y'all give me 1 second.
He coached up. Round complete player. Kirby Smart said, hey, this guy played when he was hurt. He said 60% this year, coming back from the ankle injury. Hey, a lot of guys shut it down. They don't play. They got hurt. Let's get ready for the draft, okay? He was out there. Give Michael Williams a lot of credit. Edge is a need. They could move down. I think the Bears, who have, by the way, people say running back here. Ben Johnson's coming from Detroit. Could look at Ashton Genty, right? Well, how about moving down from 10? Defensive tackle is also a neat area. You got Kenneth Grant in that mix to be a mid to late first rounder. Walter Nolan's in that mix. Darius Alexander, Derek Harmon. A lot of options at defensive tackle in that 15 to 32 range, right? And then you also have picks at 39 and 41 in the second round for the Chicago Bears. How about Travion Henderson, who has that speed, game-breaking ability that Jahmyr Gibbs had for Ben Johnson at Detroit? You could get him at 39 or 41.
All right, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, man. So all y'all basketball fans, if any of y'all in here basketball, whether it's NBA or if it's college, man, I just put the link to my new channel. I just started this channel probably about a week, maybe about a week ago. But I just started this channel, man. I do NBA. I do college basketball. I'm a big Lakers fan. So we got our ass whooped last night. We didn't hardly have nobody playing. I did a doggone live reaction. Me and John was laughing about it last night. I did a live reaction. I didn't even know the Lakers had that many people. Now, I knew Luka wasn't playing, but I thought Austin Reeves, I thought him and Dorian Finney-Smith, I thought all of them were still playing. Man, by the time the Lakers played last night, man, wasn't nobody playing. I almost started to turn the live off, y'all, but I said, you know what, forget it. I'm going to go on and do it. I started to turn it off when I seen they wasn't no damn body playing last night, man. But yeah, man, this right here is the link to my basketball channel, man. Y'all most definitely hit the link and go over there, subscribe to my channel, man. I will be doing live game reaction to some of these college basketball tournament games, man. I'm most definitely gonna be doing. I'll probably do about 2 or 3 games tomorrow. I'll probably do like 2 games tomorrow, and then I'm most definitely gonna do the Lakers and the Chicago Bulls game tomorrow night, because rumors are that LeBron probably gonna come back for the Chicago game tomorrow. So we'll see if that's true. But rumors is he might come back for the Chicago Bull game tomorrow, y'all. So we'll see what happened with that. But like I say, hey, y'all hit that link right there for my basketball channel. It's Titan Up Sports. Y'all go over there and subscribe to my channel, man. It's a new channel. We're doing all basketball over there, NBA and college basketball. So I appreciate you if you go over there and subscribe. If you don't really mess with basketball, then hey, you just kick it over here with me with the football. But y'all give me 1 second, man. I want to pull up this bracket right quick because my bracket is messed up. I don't know about y'all, but I know good and doggone well. I didn't pick Clemson losing yesterday. I did not pick Clemson to lose yesterday. I know that much. All right, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna read it out to y'all because I know y'all probably can't see it that good. I'm gonna try to let me see. I'm gonna try to blow it up a little bit. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm gonna try to blow it up a little bit so y'all can see it a little better. Give me 1 second. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Now on this side over here with the Auburn side, of course, Auburn beat Alabama State yesterday. Creighton beat Louisville. So not Alabama, Auburn. Auburn gonna play Creighton tomorrow. Last night, Michigan beat UC San Diego. So Michigan, they advanced. Texas A&M beat Yale. So that's going to be a good game. Michigan and Texas A&M, that's going to be a good one. Hey, I tell y'all one thing. This Creighton and Auburn game, hey, y'all don't be surprised if Creighton damn upset Auburn. I'm just saying. Don't be surprised if they upset Auburn. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't be surprised if they upset Auburn tomorrow. Also, Well, games today, you got Ole Miss playing North Carolina. That's going to be a good one. Iowa playing Lipscomb. Iowa State playing Lipscomb. Marquette got New Mexico. Michigan State got Bryant today. Florida play Norfolk State, which they should beat them. UConn play Oklahoma. That's going to be a good one. I'm going with that's going to be a good one. That UConn Oklahoma, that's going to be a good one. That game could go either way, y'all. I don't know about that one. Memphis and Colorado State. I'm going to take Colorado State to upset Michigan, y'all. You got Maryland, Grand Canyon. I'm going to take Maryland on that. Of course, yesterday, Drake, they beat Missouri. That messed up. I had Missouri beating Drake, so that messed me up also, y'all. Texas Tech beat UNC Wilmington. So Drake will play Texas Tech tomorrow. Also, Arkansas beat Kansas. So Arkansas will play St. John's tomorrow, which I picked that. I picked Arkansas. Matter of fact, I picked all the SEC teams. I picked all the SEC teams on my bracket. So y'all hold on. We'll go to the other side of the bracket. I gotta make it smaller right quick, y'all, so y'all will be able to see the other side. I'm just gonna read it off to y'all. I know y'all probably ain't gonna be able to see it because it's small, but I'm gonna read it off to y'all. Okay, today you got Duke playing Mount State Mary, whoever that is. You got Michigan State playing Baylor, which I think that's gonna be a great game. Oregon playing Liberty. I'm most definitely gonna take Oregon over Liberty. That Michigan State Baylor game, man, that's gonna be a good ass game, man. Oh man, that's another game can go either way, y'all. That game can go either way. Oh shit, man. I know I said I'm gonna pick SEC. Man, I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Baylor beat them though. But moving on down, man, you got Arizona playing Akron. Arizona should beat them. Yesterday you had BYU play VCU, which that was a good game. BYU won. You had Wisconsin beat Montana yesterday. You got St. Mary's playing Vanderbilt today. I'm picking Vanderbilt to beat St. Mary's. Alabama playing Robert Morris. I'm most definitely gonna take Alabama, even though they've been playing suspect. But I'm gonna take Alabama to beat Robert Morris. And then yesterday you had Houston. They won. Gonzaga beat Georgia. Well, you got Houston and Gonzaga. That should be a good game tomorrow. And this is what the upset was, y'all. McNeese State beat Clemson, which they messed up my bracket because I had Clemson winning that game. So McNeese will play Purdue tomorrow. Illinois plays Xavier today. I'm most definitely going to take Illinois on that game. Kentucky played Troy. I'm most definitely going to take Kentucky in that game. You got UCLA played Utah State yesterday. They beat the hell out of Utah State. UCLA playing against Tennessee because they beat Wofford. That Tennessee and UCLA game, that's going to be a good game, but I'm going with Tennessee in that game. So as far as the bracket, y'all that do college basketball, man, that's what's going on with the bracket so far and the games that's coming on today. So you said Duke fan, you said agreed, but their first appearance in like 6+ years, you say, okay, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. Zone, you say father is here from there. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Trying to catch up with some of y'all comments. Who is that? So Big Tight is your name. Hey, I don't know what you talk about, man. Try to catch up on some of y'all comments, but y'all wild, man. Now, what's your name, Diddy? No, my name is Big Tight, man, because I played tight end. That's all it is. It ain't nothing else. My name is Big Tight because I played tight end. They start calling me Big Tight because I was very good at getting open and catching passes. So when I used to get open and catch passes, they'd be like, all right, we see you, Big Tight. And it just stuck, man. That's where my name come from. Nothing else. What the name Diddy? Nothing else. I don't know. Coming in here with that crazy stuff, man. Let me see. Yeah, John. I go on and delete his comment, man. What's your name? Is it what's that? KG? KG3. Hey, you got to tell me how to pronounce your name, man. But I appreciate you coming through. You say UConn for sure. Zong, appreciate you coming through. You say go Kentucky Wildcats. Yeah, Kentucky should win today. I don't see them losing. You say St. John's is a dark horse. They are. You say John Zong. You say you in Kentucky. You say St. John's is too good to be a dark horse. Zong, you say your father's from Kentucky. Okay. Then, John, you say you in Louisville. Oh, Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, Louisville up there with Muhammad Ali. Let me see. But you say you're a Duke fan, John. Noble OG, you say Louisville went to bed. They did, man. They missed a lot of shots yesterday. I did that. I did a live reaction to that game when they played Creighton. Creighton jumped out on their ass, man. That doggone guard. That doggone point guard for Creighton killed Louisville yesterday. I think he ended up having like 30-some points, man. Let me see. Michigan get exposed by UC San Diego. You say Noble is quiet as fuck here. You say I see John. You say John. You say freaking ass little boy. David. You say no Diddy. I don't know what you talking about, David. You see Noble. You say John Noble is still good seeing Louisville back decent. You say it wasn't decent how they bust my perfect bracket. I'll tell you, man. Hey, my bracket already messed up, man. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. That Clemson game messed me up. Clemson messed me up, man. Yeah. But like I say, man, hey, like I say, one more time, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, man, for y'all basketball fans. Y'all go over there and subscribe to my new channel, man. Like I say, we do the NBA and we do college basketball. I will be doing live game reaction. I did one yesterday. I did the Louisville and Creighton game yesterday. We will be doing a couple of games tomorrow, and I will be doing the Lakers and Chicago game tomorrow night, man. So y'all basketball fans, y'all go over there and y'all go over there and check me out if y'all do basketball, man. I'm gonna definitely appreciate y'all coming in here, kicking it with me. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here, man. We done been in here about 3 hours. 3 of them there hours. 3 of them there hours. Let me see you say Noble. You said I even called McNeese over Clemson, Drake over Missouri, and Florida winning it all. I got Florida winning it all too, Noble. But that's what messed me up. I had Clemson beating McNeese State, but I didn't have Clemson going no further than after that win. I had them losing their next game. I had Missouri beating Drake, but that messed me up. But I didn't have Missouri going no further than the next game. So it messed me up from having a perfect bracket, but it don't mess my whole bracket up because I got Florida. I got Florida also winning it all, y'all. I got Florida going to the Final Four, winning the whole thing, y'all. That's what I got on my bracket. I got Florida winning it all. So we'll see how it go. Because I think somebody's going to beat Auburn, man. I think somebody's going to knock Auburn off. And I wouldn't be surprised. Y'all don't be surprised if they lose to Creighton. Don't be surprised if they lose to Creighton. Auburn got a good team, but I like Creighton, man. I like that point guard they got. I like the big man. He blocks shots. I like their team. They got a pretty good team, man. You say Memphis beating Colorado State isn't good this season. And John, you say and McNeese State. Okay. But yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all more definitely subscribe to the channel if y'all like the content. Y'all double tap that screen for the likes. And like I say, y'all basketball fans, y'all go over there, subscribe to my other channel. Like I say, we most definitely going to be covering the tournament this weekend. We will be doing Lakers in Chicago, especially if LeBron come back, because they say rumors is he might come back tomorrow night against Chicago. So if he do, most definitely going to do a live game reaction to that. But I appreciate y'all coming through, Noble, John, some of my new people that came in here left chest. Hold on, I'm going to go. Some of my new people. Where old girl at? She was just in here. I don't know how you say his name. KGTH. Is that supposed to be Keith? Is that supposed to be Keith? But if I pronounce your name wrong, I apologize, man. But I appreciate you coming through. Zone, appreciate you coming through. Kentucky fan, they should win today. Lennon Marley, he was in here earlier. Appreciate you coming through, brother. Mick Swagger, Uptown Alley Cat. If y'all still in here, I appreciate y'all coming through. Renaissance, 3-1 Beats. Let me see who else was in here. Solitary Man. Appreciate you coming through. What is that? Kenyon's Green. Woodboy Management, Baylor Bean, Block Burner, Shaquille Hall. Yeah, all y'all that was in here earlier, man. I appreciate all y'all coming through. And we about to get ready to get up out of here, man. Like I said, y'all enjoy y'all day. Y'all keep your notification bell on, man. I'll be back on tomorrow. And like I said, if y'all subscribe to my other channel, y'all keep your notification bell on over there too, man. Like I said, we will be doing live game reaction to these tournament games. Today, I might do one today. I ain't going to guarantee it, y'all, because I got a couple things I got to do. But I most definitely will be doing a couple of the games tomorrow, y'all. So y'all keep your notification bell on. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, John. Appreciate all the support, y'all. I'm about to get ready to get out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all day, man. And once again, I appreciate y'all.